And the wheel turns once again. Welcome in, builders. Back with some more Dominions. This week we got Late Age Midgard, Age of Man. I'm hoping this won't be a pain stream. I could see this going a couple different ways depending on our map gen and our enemies. So hopefully we will not have that. Let me actually switch screens here. Let's get the actual nation up, I think. Midgard. There you are. Hopefully everyone's had an all right week. I see Shinosuke, 14, Union, Ace, Slice, CB, Andre. Good to see everybody. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I think this is going to be a relatively straightforward one. Like I said, it's going to kind of depend on the map and whatnot. We are a nation that isn't terrible, but we really have not changed that much over the years, unfortunately. No crossbows here, no barding on our horses. Man, it would have really helped if we could have figured that one out. Hey, Makara. Well, I'm glad you're back from the dead for another stream. Heim's gonna Heim. Yes, indeed. Expecting easy or sad? Probably sad if I had to choose between those two. I doubt we're gonna have an easy one. It's really gonna just depend on, like I said, the map and who we end up fighting. Hey, Daka? Ooh, elves. Yep. Well, thank you, Andre, for starting us off with a 10 Canadian. Happy Friday. Well, I appreciate it. Been pretty busy and pretty hectic for me, both work and I've got some stuff going on. But hopefully things will cool off here. My irrigation, because we're in a drought, they've turned on irrigation off a couple weeks early. So for better or worse, I at least don't have to worry about watering, which also should lower yard work. So that'll be a little bit of a time back. Hoping for a struggle stream. What did I do to hurt you, Daka? Okay, well, I think we're going to hop on in here and see how we do. All right, create world. We're going to go standard settings that we've been using. So Twisted Sea, Double Cave, Late Age, Midgard, Stream. In the Late Ages, of course, with land nations. Let's not do anything crazy now. And we are going to be Midgard. I hemmed and hawed about this all day, whether I wanted to put in like the Norse nations. It's just a bunch of cold lovers, or just go totally random. The more random people I have, the more likely we are to get Atlantis. That'll be painful. We kind of need some more like Central European non-northern nations so I can put them in here. Maybe we'll do Man. We haven't seen Man too much recently. He's kind of sort of in the area, and so is Ulm. Maybe we do those two. They both are going to crossbow the heck out of us, probably. Pirig, thank you also. 10 New Zealand. Wish me luck. About to start a 13-player Dominion CA game. Very nice. Yeah, I saw you recruiting in there. Hopefully that goes well for you. After last stream, you're due for a struggle. I mean, I mentioned it last stream, but because I've got a lot of real-life things that are absolutely just killing me, I've kind of picked some of the easier ones lately, trying to make it a little easier on myself on Friday. I'm going to run out of good nations soon, though. We're going to be down to not necessarily bad nations, but just nations that are a lot more effort, let's say. Vanheim. All right, we'll do one. We'll do one of them. Put him on in there. We'll leave 2 randoms. Oh, 14 Pat, thank you for joining the builders again. Thank you. And for the gifted membership. Congratulations to Fish Pilot. Bulgarus. I mean, that wouldn't be too far out there either, I suppose. We could do that. Bulgarus, where are you? There you are. Age of Heroes. Neville might get rolled on this one. It very well could be. The biggest problem we're going to have is if we get a really bad cap circle, as I'm known for. Can't wait for Lemuria and Atlantis. Yeah. Slice, thank you for using your membership chat for 14 months. I think I might be a player. I have a second date on Tuesday, first date tomorrow. setting plans for the 3rd next weekend. It's a bit confusing. Well, let me tell you, you've got more social life than I've had in years, so good on you, my man. Eastern Europe was invaded by the Huns and the Mongols. Tianchi wouldn't be too far out of line. Yeah, they are the analogous nation there. Started a late age Calum game this week. I hate Calum. Yeah, Calum is Calum. I don't know. I like him in theory, but I shouldn't say never, but oftentimes I find them tedious to play for some weird reason. Okay, let's do it. I think I am going to go with Wailing One. Now, I did see Slice's suggestion was maybe we get a little bit higher on the luck scale. I don't know if I want to lower anything. We can spend all of our resources and all of our recruitment points pretty easily. I think I'd like a little bit of magic. So I think I'm going to stick with this. The extra gem income could be good, but I would probably move the magic into that, which would lower the chances that we're going to get magic ones anyways. So I don't know. It's a bit of 1 minus 1 of the other. At least they have Ladies Calums has the mammoths. They've always had mammoths through the eras. And ironically enough, I do find them vaguely useful in late age. Calum's a 1-trick pony. Yeah, and their trick isn't as good as it used to be either. Wasn't very impressed with this nation in the multiplayer game, and that was with the boosted bless due to being a disciple. It's the sacreds. And even their normal troops, these are basically the same troops they had in early age. Like, the broadsword was kind of a cool thing in early age when you were the only people rocking it. But by late age, like, that's just standard equipment. So you don't even have that going for you. Does she come with air? 2 air. So not a ton. The main thing that she's going for is a little early research. Hopefully some glamour income. She can make our glamour booster, which we struggle to make ourselves. She can do glamour summons. So we'd be looking at Unseelie Knights most likely. And a little bit of strength on our sacreds who are otherwise and still probably going to struggle to get kills. So a little bit of a sight searcher, a little bit of a crafter. She can also guarantee us that we can make earth boots and hammers. So just kind of a utility piece here. I do note that I don't have magic weapons, so I hope we do not get Lemuria, knowing my luck. All right, let's wail. Whoops, all praise the Wailing One. And we're going to load in. I thought I was already on my load screen. Okay, standard settings, 10 points to win, 5 level 1s, 5 level 2s, and 3 level 3s. Come on, be kind to me this week, map generator. Be kind. Might want to choose a different... the reason I like having the little bit of air on her is that we can cloud trapeze, so we can get her to move around. We don't have recruitable holy 3s, so it'll be her plus a prophet. At least we'll get to see a lot of magic. We should. All right, wheels turning once again. Okay, we do want a coastal start because we do have sailing. Coastal starts are also good for money. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 land connections with 1 throne. We don't have a border across most of our cap circle. I'm McLovin' it, I think. If we go... Okay, that won't work. I just want to see if we can do a full circle. We can't, but that's okay. I'm pretty happy. We also have cave entrance. We did take low light on our bless, so that'll help our sacreds out here a little bit. I mean, there's probably at least 1 throne there. We have a water throne. We're not going to be great at that. Our drug could get down there, maybe. We have 2, 3, and 4 thrones within sight. We are cold, so this river's going to freeze. So that's not going to be a choke point. So we're kind of a little bit in the open. I do see river up here. I mean, we'll see what's in these. Like, maybe this is pure crossbows and heavy cav. But if we get a couple ones that are easy enough to get the ball rolling, this is pretty good. Our starting army it's pretty darn mid, frankly. I'm not overly impressed with it. We'll do that. We'll put the spears who only do 13 damage, which is not going to cut it in the age, but maybe they could get some repels or something. We'll hold an attack closest. We'll hold an attack closest with the axes. Much better. with their 18 slashing damage. Also remember, slashing gets a bonus for damaging shields. So even if they're blocking with shields, the axes have a decent chance of being able to break them. Got our scout. Set him up. Where do we want to go first? Ideally, I probably would want one of these two because they're going to be the most resources. Let's scout. That also would be a way out. Let's scout that first. All right, Wailing One is already here. We're going to put her to research. I am going to make our initial guy a prophet. So let me get in here. Let me zoom back up in chat. Do we have any new chatters today? Or at least one I don't recognize. Horrifying Thoughts. I don't think you've been a prophet before. You definitely were not having a premonition about being the prophet when you named yourself, hopefully. There you go. Horrifying Thoughts, the hearse. I'm sure things will go very well for you. One thing we got to consider also, do we want to get a leader that actually could put me in formations? The answer is probably yes. So if we grabbed one of him, and then we're going to grab our Astral 2s. I really like these mages. Unfortunately, that's a lot of money to get us started here. We could actually get 4 sacreds. Is that a full 4? Yeah. Huh. I don't hate 4 sacreds. But then again, that's a lot of great swords. I do prefer to start with the skin shifters. They're just more durable than the berserkers are at the very beginning here. Once we can do buffs, the Einhir, I think, are better. We'll probably have a mix of them at various points, but yeah, I think we're going to start with this. I'm not using our holy points, but that's okay. That's not a terrible recruit. It wasn't a... Okay, yeah. Just want to make sure we didn't have an amphibious unit as our first merc group. Okay. I'm feeling that. Elves aren't terrible against crossbows since the slower firing rate. I mean, they still don't like getting shot with crossbows, though. Having javelins on heavy infantry is nice. I actually don't like javelins at all in late age. Unless it's a giant or something special. I like them in early age. They're okay in middle age. I find that you get like one little hit if you're firing into like a real military force. In earlier ages, most things could be hurt by a javelin, but now, and especially on the sacreds, I hate having a javelin here because what'll happen is hold attack rear, they run to the rear, they kill a bodyguard, then they stand for 2 rounds and throw 2 javelins that don't do anything, and then they finally attack again. I wish I could tell them to just leave the javelins. Just stop. It's time to stop. The javelin dream is over. Unless you're a giant firing like rods from God. Horrifying Thought says, I shall smite despair into the hearts of all who fail my magic resist check. Good, good. Yeah, we have the glamour one, which is, yeah, it's okay. It's got what? The confuse effect on it, or the bewilder effect on it. You could get the javelins in enough numbers. You can't get them. Yeah, yeah. And people are just too armored. Like, they're just too armored. Javelins on giants and Enkidu. Yep. Yes, they are. Like, I like the quote-unquote, like, light Avite spearmen that have a javelin. Those guys are nuts. Those are so good. But that is not going to be it here. I will admit that the giant javelins are good. Still suffer from numbers. Yeah, but at least they also throw further too. So they get usually both shots off. Okay, let's queue you up for prophet duty and take a turn. Nope, we got to do research. Oh, hey, we lucked out. Quite strongly, I would say, actually. I want level 2 thaumaturgy. This will open up communions. I'm pretty notorious for not using communions, but we'll have them available. That'll also open up mind burn. I wouldn't go to 2 first unless we got this exact start, but we did, so I'm going to take it. And then we're going to go for probably alt 4 or 5. So 3 for body ethereal and 4 for mist form. 5 gets us to I guess we don't need that far. We could stop at 4 for twilight. Baleful Star, we're not really going to do. Actually, we might stop at 4. And then we'll probably do construction, or we'll do construction before we do alteration. Early Alquills is a thing, but also having some usable magic is also a thing. We'll start there. We'll see what we see. What did we start with? We started with Alt 1, Blurred Body. Okay. I'm just debating this already. Early Alquills are good. We have +2 air income. That is pretty good. I miss our Enkidu friends. Me too. I like those little hairy dudes. They seem like the kind of guy that'd be nice to sit down and have a beer with, you know? Just out of curiosity, since this is probably the right crowd, how many people here have read the Epic of Gilgamesh? Just show of hands. Hey, Epic, how's it going? If we don't go for communions, go for Stellar Cascades. I do like Stellar Cascades too. Okay, 3 out of 29 have. I have myself. Just curious. You have not read the Epic of Gilgamesh. All right, you got some homework there, 14. It's been ages. Yeah, I read it in college. So I will also say it has been ages. You know of it, but you have not. Anyways, the Enkidu in that story is an interesting character, I guess, and Gilgamesh too, but an interesting one. If you like Fate Stay Night, that's where they come from. There you go. Saw it in the British Museum of London. Nice. Last I heard of it, Gilgamesh was fighting on a big bridge. You read it in kindergarten? Man, you had a hardcore teacher. I would have loved that. Okay, let's get to it here. We fixed our research. Let's go. All right, Wailing One sits thrones. Okay, which cave is it? Not my cave. This one might be connected. Okay, so we didn't luck out on that. What are you? Light infantry, archers, crossbow, heavy infantry. Okay, that's pretty doable. We're gonna need a pretty high count army and maybe some magic though. Okay. Heavy infantry and heavy cav, 70. Okay, that's very doable. 30 wolf tribe. Okay, when this freezes, this will also be pretty good. 60 units, militia, light infantry, heavy infantry, militia, light infantry, heavy infantry. Actually, we could sail this, so we could do this if I wanted to. Actually, I could probably sail from here to here, so we actually could do this without stopping at home, which kind of makes me want to start here. 120 though? I don't know about that. What's your speed? 12 versus 10. Okay. Not going to work for what I wanted to do. All right, you're in a line. Yeah, we'll do something like that. One attack, just closest. All right, Divine Blessing, Courage, do your spells. And you hold, stay behind troops. Don't be too close. All right, you will go site searching here in a minute. All right, if I was going to send you, do you have anything? No. Okay. You can just help research for now. You guys also need to be in a line, as do you. Try to mitigate our incoming crossbow fire the best I can. I don't think 46 versus 120, and that could be higher. I don't think we could do that. I don't think we're doing any 3-to-1 kills with this army. That feels a lot more doable. That feels the easiest. Maybe we go the other way. Maybe we go here, we sail to there. Let me just make sure. You have sailing, right? Yeah. Yeah, we go here, and then we sail to there, and and then we'll have some reinforcements by the time we get here. And then we're all grouped together, and either we're ape strong together and we take out the throne, or we're not, and we go through Midgard and we take Lish, and then we expand out that way. We also can sail, so we also have to consider Silver Grove. Unfortunately, my scouts do not sail, so that's a little bit of an oof. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Okay, we're gonna do those guys. Those should be easy. We're pretty much guaranteed we get a win there. I will go with the cheap guy to ferry troops around because I'm feeling the pinch on my money already. Very nice on that. Researching. All right, I think we're going to be okay here. Let me back up in chat here. I think I missed something. They found and translated a tablet. Ian, do you mean they found another tablet that we didn't have before? That's pretty cool. I'm going to have to look at that. Yeah, because I know we were missing several of them, at least at the point when I read it. Listen to some of it on YouTube. Okay. You're a smelly gamer, so you don't read ancient text. Well, you have to, or how are you going to understand the plot of Fate Stay Night? I mean, this is like basic foundational work. You know who Gilgamesh is? Never read his story. History's greatest self-glazer. He was the first. He invented it. Or maybe it was Curious George. Basically the same guy. Curious George is probably closer to Enkidu than Gilgamesh, though. Horror mark. Yeah, we're not going to be doing any of that. Not likely. Since they're elves from the cold, does that mean that they're Santa's helpers? We summon in Unseelies, so probably not. We're probably the evil anti-Christmas elves. Sail to the AI's cap. Babel bounce average. Yeah, let's please not. Let's pretty please not. Okay, let's do it. Go. Don't forget, a lot of memes aren't new and have the origins in older works. Yeah. I told the story before, but at least to my knowledge, the oldest joke that we know, because it was written down, was, I think, Sumerian. And it's a dog walks into a bar and says, "I think I'll open one." We're not quite sure why that was funny, but that seems to have been the joke. I love that our first joke was a something walks into a bar joke also. Would have been bonus points if it was a fart joke too. Maybe it was. Maybe we just don't know what opens one means. All right, here we go. Colored squares with C, R for round counter, level 2 detail for my spells, please. I don't show this off much, but you can go up to level 3 and level 4 on that. I find it overwhelming unless I'm pausing to look for something. Pull it up here. We're not going to see too much until we clash, but you can see all the rules that are taking place. But generally speaking, it's too much. Like, I can't parse that. You can go down and you can go down again. So I keep it on level 2. Okay, so my two-handers were a little too far back. Need them to be further forward. Choppy choppy. I do like that their short bows are firing into our shielded troops. And I do like that Horrifying Thoughts is hiding behind a bush, nice and safely in the back. Okay, we did get a couple guys werewolfed, and they did kill a werewolf, actually, which makes us very sad. Not terrible, although very repellable. Okay. That was not a bounce, so I'm going to call that victory. We lost 1 skin shifter and 5 Huskarls. Not overly surprised, if I'm being honest. Hold that thought. I may go greed on that. All right, we're going to sail to there. You guys join him. Did I save it? I sure didn't. I'll go get my #1 script. This is 99% of the time my #1 script. Hold, stay behind troops. That's like the most used script for me. All right, and you can't do formations because you're a bum. Hold an attack closest. All right, you're going to sail to there. All right, we said you guys were too far back. Let's try that. Everybody else looked okay. All right, we're going to need one more guy to transport troops, and I think I'll get a better one for this one so we can make a second army at some point. Continue to get the magic, and yeah, I do want the max number of troops here. So that's what I'm here for. Blah, blah, blah. Read that. Money down on the joke being some sort of pun? Probably. Puns are notoriously hard. Puns and wordplays are notoriously hard to translate. Idioms. The bush is where I gather the nightmares. Each berry a dark thought. HT the prophet, and I'm back yelling, bring me a shrubbery. It's turn 2, you've lasted more than most. Not most. Not most. Some. A few. Not that bad. Okay, what are we going to do here? Let's go see who's this neighbor. We could fort this and still be good for a fort there. Probably, okay, that also looks like these are both probably tier 1s or really sketch tier 2s. Okay. And just to double check, no, I'm looking for amphibious things to get underwater so we can maybe make a play for this. It's going to be difficult for us to get underwater otherwise. Okay. I think that's it for the turn. Let's do it. There was a battle in a Last Step Swamp. All right, what do you got? Okay, a nice weak force. That's what we want. All right, did I fix my timing? No, I need to be another 1 or 2 forward with those guys on the bottom. I basically want them to hit at the same time or slightly behind my spearmen. Okay, good, good. Yep, keep firing into the shields. That's definitely what you should do as an archer. Okay, not terrible. How'd we do? 3 losses. Acceptable. All right. I am going to pop at least 6 in the... I'm being a little cheap here because we can afford troops, and I really want this cap circle. So, being a little on the cheap side here. I think I'm going to combine these two. That's starting to look a little thin to me. All right, we'll do that. All right, you go back for more troops. You bring the troops forward. We'll put these guys on hold and attack rear. We'll be a little more cheeky with this one. All right, into there. You two into there. All right, we got some people who are already super duper maimed. You and you. Go bodyguard horrifying. Keep him company. Maybe he can sleep better. All right. Attack Spire Woods. Okay, we're bringing someone back who can be the leader, so I don't need that. Let's finally get another scout. I kind of want to start getting... Let's actually get a real flanking force started. If we're going to try to do some of these harder ones, we're going to want that. We'll spend the rest of our money there. Go. Your timing was fine, you just forgot it was a swamp. Ah, true, true. Very true. Any special indies? I highly doubt it. Let's see. Nope. Longbows. I don't think we've gotten anything special. So the downside to having easy expansion is that you probably don't get anything cool, but I would rather not get something cool and have easy expansion. Dominion 7 will have 5 ages. I wouldn't mind a pre-early era nation, like, or I guess age. Have Formoria and, you know, the other, some of the ones that are already on their way out, they would be at their high point in that age. Would be kind of cool. I doubt we'll ever see that, though. I think 3 is already quite a beefy amount. Because if you were going to do it, you would need a minimum number of nations anyways, so why make an additional 15 nations for that a different age when we could add 3 or 4 to the current ages? We still have some pretty blatant missing ones, too. Okay, yeah, this went plenty fine. Skin Shifter's doing better. But do keep in mind, Ace, that we haven't fought anything of real power. We've been fighting, like, militia, light infantry, and some archers. Want a black powder age? Black powder, it could work in this system, but I don't think it would be particularly great. It's just the way that this game works and how turns work. I do enjoy a good black powder barrage, though, I will say. Late age is lacking some flavor. The flavor is long pork, Ace. The flavor of late age is long pork. Okay, boink, boink, boink. There are gun mods? Yep. Somebody linked one in the Discord. It's got like an anime girl with like a musket. If you scroll up in the Dominions one, I'm sure it's there. All right, you guys pop on over, and I think I'm going to actually split you guys into 2. Missed it. And we're going to put 1 on each side. And then you can recenter. And hold and attack closest. Yep. All right, this is going to be a little on the spicier side. You return home. All right, hold and attack rear, hold and attack rear. Do it. Have we finished anything? We do have Thom 2 done. I just don't think we can do that. I'll tell you what. Let's see how horrific that is. Let's bounce that quick. Okay, I probably need to get out and get site searching. So we have our Air 2 guys, and we can ram them into various things. But our goddess does everything except for death from here. And while death is useful, I'm not like goo-goo for death. Ditto here. We basically could do everything except for the blood. Blood's pretty darn rare. So I guess we grab one of him before we head out and get site searching. We'll have God plus him go out on a nice long walk, assuming that we get some death on him. And then let's get another scout. Give me my sacreds. And some more there. There's a tiny chance, if this is actually like way too high, if this is like 150, I may send in what we got. We have Mind Burn. That would be quite a few kills. If it's too spicy, we either go north. Yeah, we'd have to go north, or we go home and then over here. This, I wouldn't like that. I would like to push out if I can. So hopefully that will be the case. Okay, that's all looking good. Horrifying Thought has gone full Cthulhu on us. They won't even add late age Machaca. Yeah. I think late age Machaca has kind of been a thing since like Dawn 3. What do you plan on playing in Dom 6 after you finish all nations? I don't know what you mean by playing. I have a little bit more content planned, and then I'll see. I'm not committing one way or the other. I think when we've finished every single nation and I finish the pieces of content I want to do, I will probably slow down the Dominions content. Maybe we'll try to do like a monthly blitz or something, or I don't know. I don't really have a super heavy plan. Like, I've been doing this for almost 2 years, so it's something, I don't know. It's a weird feeling to finish a 2-year-long project. Trolls? Okay. I'm not seeing enemy forts up here, though. That makes me happy. Okay, getting another scout. One thing that we will definitely check out, I don't know how much we'll do, is conquest Conquest of Elysium. I've never played it. I've never even watched a game of it. We will definitely check that out. We'll see what the interest levels there are. Yeah, it'll be interesting. And Dominions might also just move off on Fridays too. You know, it doesn't have to stay the same. This has just been, like I said, you kind of get comfortable in your rut. So yeah, we'll see. We still have a while. I think on the last count we had like 13 or 14 nations, something like that. I'd have to look at my to-do folder again. Okay, what do we got here? This is spooky to me. Without body ethereal or mist form. And then we do have some body ethereal spammers on their side. Several of them. But that looks to be about it. If they didn't have the crossbows, I would totally be into this. Will I do some more Menace? I will definitely do more Menace. I don't know if I'm going to do any more on the current demo we have, but I have a sneaky suspicion. This is no information that I was given or anything, but just Babble's intuition says, I think they're going to release, if not this demo that we saw the other night, some demo in the October Steam Fest. That's just pure me guessing, but that would be my guess. Their website or their site on Steam still says release in 2025. So that is into early access. So demo's out in 9/26. Oh, well, there you go. Slice has got the hot press for you. I'm gonna have to think about that throne. I don't think we can do that yet. Not with this ragtag army. If we didn't have the crossbows, I would be tempted to give it a shot. Okay, stabby, stabby. The flank went pretty well. Although, again, not exactly racking up the kills back here. Yeah, that was pretty solid. Pretty solid. But I don't think that was pretty solid, and I want to do that throne. All right, so we need to decide if we're going to go this way. 100 units, heavy infantry, crossbowmen, light infantry. If I did take this, we could start a fort. I think I'm going to chance that. All right, we'll do that. You can still hold an attack rear. You... actually, I think you can... Hold on. Keep those. He can go with, and he can be the guy that builds that fort. All right, here, what did we get? Yes, okay, nice. We got the double death. Nice pickup. Very nice pickup. Okay, then you three are going to start a band called the Sight Searchers. And you're going to go become fabulously wealthy with gems. Put those away. Head over here. Okay. Then I'm going to need a couple turns of recruitment before I'm going to head out anyways. Let's up our mage recruit. Yeah, something like that. It saves a little bit of money, which should be enough to start a fort next turn, hopefully. We'll go one less dude. I want to make sure I can start this fort. Okay, and you patrol. You. All right, start heading this way. Still no candles or anything on the border, so that's excellent. Horrifying says, I haven't done Conquest Elysium since the Guildmaster update broke your favorite mod. Oh, that sucks. Makara says, also, Babel, you said you will do more minutes, but its current form of the game was painful to watch. But part of that was, Makara, I literally got that code while I was streaming the night before. That is not the type of game that I'm super comfortable with, just playing blind. It's very technical. Very technical. Just out of curiosity, did other people feel that that was pretty painful? Just to get a a barometer on that. I also, to me, what makes that type of game interesting is the strategic level. Like, I love games where like the strategic level informs your tactical level, like Darkest Dungeon or other games like that. I don't know. I like that feedback loop, that play loop, and just having the combat where I have no control over my state coming into it isn't as interesting. But I did like it. I like that demo quite a bit. I definitely think there's a few things that need some polish, but overall, I did like it. Rather just had more fluff events than more faction. World could be a little more alive. Okay. Horrifying says I'd watch Battle Brothers before Menace. Battle Brothers is a fun game. Slice, thank you for the $5 super chat. Menace demo is $9.29 per Steam forum. All right, you heard it here first. Extra, read all about it. So there you go. Everyone who was wondering about that, you can grab it yourself in just a couple days. Well, actually, yeah, just a couple days. The maps seem yeah, I will agree. The maps did seem a little bit big, but also like I think we can have more squads. Like they just gave us 6 for the demo. I would assume so. But then again, I guess we're limited by supply capacity. So I don't know. There also, you could probably have other bonuses like better intel. Maybe we'll show you where units are or something. I timed my teleport from work to house thanks to your stream. Be more painful to watch than I expected. Okay. And this was okay. Yeah, and like I said, I mean, we all just have to have the perspective. That was literally just a battle demo. Like, you just have to go in knowing what you're getting there. Monday Night Massacre? Oh no. XCOM Long War, but shittier? I would say definitely a different type of game. Hey, Grim? Dominions. Yes, it is Dominions. Okay, that was a long chat. You bounced in a really awkward way. Head that way, please. Oh, okay. Pangea. I think we're fine fighting Pangea. That's not a bad one. He does have forests, which I don't love. I would like him to not have these forests. So, okay. Informing. Okay, let's take that turn. There was a battle in Halbrothria. All right. We need a decent victory here. Please not horrific losses. I would love to... Yikes. I would love to carry forward. Ouch. And not have to turn around for reinforcements with this army. Okay, I don't love that top. I don't love that top. They seem like they held out okay. I'm glad those crossbowmen seem just insistent on shooting the shielded troops. I really appreciate that. Okay. Definitely some losses there, though. Yeah, 8 of them. Although, really, the Huskarls are fine to be the thing that's dying, if I had to pick something. All right, you... Oh, we are not even close to the amount of money I thought we were going to have this turn. All right, will you stay here? Yeah, let's put in a little PD. I'm being a little cheap here because I'm trying to really push the troops. All right, we got 20 trolls or 110 units. I would like Pangea to not get into these woods. I'm pretty sure we hit hard enough with those two-handers to kill trolls. I think we're going to do okay there. All right, here. Yep, just give me more. We'll get you. Okay, we're going to go really cheap this turn. Really cheap this turn to make sure we can start that fort. All right, you guys search. What size do our shapeshifters turn into? I believe the werewolves are size 4. We could check easily enough. Okay, we found a magic site. Singing stones. Nice. Very nice. And we found an arena. Also very nice. Hey, you guys. Oh, who can't sail? She can't, of course. Actually, most of you can't. Most of you can't sail. Okay. Well, I guess. Well, no, but it's frozen. So we can get there because it's frozen. Well, that's fine. Dang it. I shouldn't have started with this spot. In my head, I was going to sail over to there like we did with our army. It's fine. Okay. How did we do in the troll battle? Yeah, that last mission we did, Makara, was absolutely brutal. Big swords will kill quick. Yeah, that if we didn't have these nice 19 damage, I'd be a little more leery, but we should do okay. We should do all right. I don't like that our hold attack rears got pulled in here, though. I wish they'd gone to the rear. All right, I'm watching for a werewolf for you. There's one. Yep, size 4. Which is nice, because they get to stay in the square with 2 other guys. Alright, we definitely had a few losses, but that wasn't too bad. And some random dead are not going to do much to us, so that's fine. Yeah, shoo. Back to the grave with the... Where do you think you're going, Mr. Evil Shaman Troll? You going nowhere. Yeah. I hate it when the enemy casters get away. Okay, can we? We sure can. I want to make sure Pangea doesn't get in here. I would love to take this, but that's probably too aggressive. All right, we're starting to be pretty thin. I also noticed we lost a bodyguard. All right, you can have that guy. We're getting pretty thin, but I think we can do that. And if we can do that and that, then we could come back in this way. Or from here, we could sail. So either way would be fine. All right, you start the palisades. Very nice, okay. And then can't afford 2, so we'll get 1 plus a scout. Yep, head up the... You're gonna have to go way up here. Okay, so he does have 1 throne. This might not be a terrible border. Did you take heat? He might have taken heat. It would be perfect if he would keep this river unthawed, and then I could have all this side and he could have all that side. That'd be ideal for me. You saw legs. I mean, it's also seemed like a game where you can cheese the AI hard, especially when you piecemeal. We did see a couple instances where the AI played pretty well. Was it the first mission that we got flamethrowered on real bad? They had a spot where I had them bottled up in a choke point, and they basically did a fighting retreat and then flanked me on both sides coming back out of it. It was pretty good. I mean, maybe it was a fluke, I don't know, but it felt pretty good. Using astral magic to predict Xenonauts 2 coming. Now Xenonauts 2 is a dang good name. Dang good game. I don't know if the forest is that big deal. Only get crappy stealth. Yeah, the AI loves to take those as Pangea. I guess that is true. They don't have nearly as much of a focus on it as they did in past. He could summon in a fort, though. Okay, that is all of our money spent. I haven't really been watching Mercs because we've been spending really hard. Do it. Yes, I did see that axe. Still limits his mobility, though. All right, what are we up to? We're up to alt 3. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Yes. I was just thinking maybe we go alt 5, but maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. Storm would be the reason to go there. Yeah, I don't. I really want to get Wailing Winds out, which is 7. So we're gonna need to choose the right moment to leap up evocations. All right, let's see what you got. Why were forests more useful in the past? For Pangea specifically, they had recruit forest units and like decent ones. In Middle Age, they can get the centaurs. I don't think they can get the minotaurs. Maybe they can. One of the two. Definitely the centaurs. But they can get troops that are as good or good enough out of those forests. And so you don't need the infrastructure as early. You can just pour those units out of the forests instead. And true. And the troops are, as a zero sum, they're better in their age than the troops here are in this age. Although that Minotaur guy is pretty sweet. My car says, let's not forget the Minus got 2K plus of, views. I guess, yeah, views. The live stream was a little slow, but yes, it did pretty well. It did pretty well. Part of that's though because I actually had something on time with all the other content creators for once, so that was pretty nice. Hopefully, you know, when I hit 5,000, I started actually getting some emails about like, hey, check out this demo or whatnot. So hopefully as we get closer to 10,000, we'll get more and more exciting stuff that I can show off. I started at Axe, but I honestly didn't have time yet. So I haven't responded because it keeps it on my to-do list on my comment page. In Middle Age, they get the unarmored Minotaurs. The Minotaurs aren't bad as shock troops, though. Okay, not terrible. Again, just 4 losses. We've been really lucky with the indies this game. All right, I am going to take these up to the full 11. I'm going to not play too aggressive here. I'm actually going to circle back. I think the plan's going to be we're going to grab this. Hopefully, well, we're not going to be able to sail all the way home. We're going to go home, and we're going to get more reinforcements, and we're going to take this throne. Ooh, and there is a flag. Ooh, we never checked. Who else did we get? Pangea, Man, Ulm, Midgard, Bogarus, and Vettenheim. I believe that's Vettenheim right there. And there's Man. Okay, everyone's coming out of the woodworks. I would like to secure this and this cave and that. This would be my ideal border. I don't know if we're going to make that. All right, I also probably want to start a fort over here. Yeah, give me more mages. Can't quite get another guy there. Retreat. You head directly up there. And get my site searchers, go down here. Imagine how horrific it would be if I was setting my site searchers there and it thawed while they were on that island. Oh, that would be bad. "14 says, when I and my boyfriend make a game, you're getting a key. Just wait 5 years. Deal. I will put that on my calendar. 5 years, 14 Pat. It is on YouTube. I have one more on those. It's going to be for Late Age Raga. It's all right. I do not mind at all. And hopefully people find the comments on the videos useful. I know most of you guys probably don't go back and watch the old pre-games or anything, but I do get a trickle of comments from new people. So there are definitely people viewing those and reading your comments. So anything that you left that was helpful will hopefully help other people in the future. It's kind of a weird place to be with Dominions. Like, what happens if like I just finished Dominion 6 and Dominion 7 comes out and it completely negates all my Dom 6 content? Oh, would that be great or would that be horrible? I'm not sure. Oh, and Broad, welcome into being a builder. Thank you very much for your support. 14 says, I do watch all the old pre-games all the time. Nice. Well, I'm glad they're useful. All right, battle in Sodden Merc. No, I didn't think this was going to be a hard one. What do you got? Not much. You know, another thing I would love, you know how we can hold tab to see like commanders? I wish we had the same thing for afflictions, like during battle. I wish it would just put the hearts above their heads. That would be kind of cool to see. So like when a crossbow volley hits your line, you could hold that button and see how many people just got maimed. Okay. Not bad, not bad. All right, now the real question. How long would it take you guys to get to either here or here? Okay, how are you doing that? That must be a sail. And then somebody here cannot sail. I guess it's either or, frankly. Alternatively, yeah, who in here can't sail? It's the horses. All right, I'm not going to do any blind horse sailing. Let's not do that. You guys go over here. We'll have a couple more rounds. Let's start fishing for an Air 3. Yeah, let's start fishing for an Air 3. All right, you guys search. All right, from here. Well, hold on. Let's not do that yet. Give me a guy who can build temples. And I guess a scout then. So I just use up all my points. All right, and you get started on a palisade. Okay, go up that way. How are we doing? We're 1, 2, 3, 4 turns out from alteration 4. We got a ways. Okay. I don't think waiting on that's going to make a difference. So if we were going to go into combat in a couple turns, we'll have body ethereal and mind burn. So, I mean, this is literally going to be the script. So it's going to be 3 body ethereals and then double mind burn. Love, love, love this combo. We're astral 2. So this is only 15 fatigue when they cast it. So that's 45 fatigue and then an additional 40. So that puts us at what, 84, or excuse me, 85 right there on script. Not terrible. And they'll get 1 more mind burn off before they go sleepy time. And we'll just make that a number 2, and that'll be, we'll probably be using that one a lot. We'll be using that one a lot. Okay, good start. Go. That would be good for the channel, probably not very. I'm still enjoying myself. If things weren't so hectic for me in real life, I would say I'm at 100% with Dominions. It's kind of it's nice to have the routine for it, if that makes any sense. Like, it's definitely a game that, like, you need to have your headspace in the game if you're going to be playing it at any level of competency. So if I took long breaks, it would probably be hard to come back at and perform decently. All right, Astral Pearl, 2 Glamour. Okay, am I the only one that feels like Glamour Gem sites are like way better than all other sites? Like, I feel like they got like extra design points for these. There seems to be a lot of really good Glamour sites. And Woodhinge. That actually is vaguely interesting. We would need a lab and we would need a temple, but I will probably do that. Not yet, but at some point we'll see if we can snag that. All right, you guys are getting in position. I guess we could just go here. There's no reason not to. We'll grab the reinforcements and then we attack this. Okay, there's Vanheim proper. You going that way. You. Yep. All right, you are going to go build me a temple up here. And an extra scout. Let's position you here. And this guy's heading that way. Okay. Yep, that's looking pretty good. Can I spend any more money? Yes, on some mages. All right, let's get the one that's guaranteed to be useful, and we'll start in on the other guy. Okay, hang on. I gotta catch up on chat again. Access, yeah, that's why I make the post. Babble's probably the best Dom 6 channel out there because of this monolith series. Well, thank you, Axe. I appreciate the kind words. Still play Dom 4 and 5. I can't imagine doing that, Ian. It is so hard to go backwards in Dom. I feel the same way about Disgaea games. I can't play an old Disgaea game because the quality of life feels so bad. Doing all the nations in a standard-ish format is something no one else has done. Yeah, that was my theory. Some people really want things to be like really hard and spicy, but that's not my goal. My goal is to be an entry point, which I feel like I've been relatively successful at. Oh no, YouTube, don't jump. Don't jump, chat. I was reading. Ace says I watch the pre-games now and then. Yeah. You can see people getting afflictions in real time in Conquest of Elysium. Nice. Will you use the cavalry to attack archers? It can be a good idea. There's also a lot of mages, though, so I don't know. Attacked rear kind of has both mages and crossbows there. I must have missed something you had said, horrifying. It said pick up things with indie commanders. Meow Meow says fine idea. Cav is good to flank the attack archers as long as the horses have armor. Luckily, these horses are probably not going to take the initial volleys, so they can at least get there, hopefully. Viking elves, yes. Vanheim are literally elves from Norse mythology. Yep. Yeah, we just say elf colloquially here. These are like the things that Tolkien based his elves on, kind of, sort of. Proto-elves, primordial elves. Glamour is overrepresented. I certainly feel that way. Consistently end up with 3 times as many glamour gems coming in as your main paths. And 14, thank you for the 50 check. I just got 100 fatigue and need sleepy time. Bye-bye. Also, there's a glamour site, which is a fortress, which you get a free fort. Nice. Yep, there's some earth ones for the same thing, too. All right, have a good one, 14. Thank you very much for the support. I think it's ironic how the glamour sites are one of the most common to unhidden sites. That is pretty funny, actually, now that you say it that way. It's because glamour was added type for 6, so it wasn't fully balanced. Yeah, I feel like the other gem sites just need a little bit of a lift to kind of bring them up to be the same. Vanir, Tuatha were much better in EA before the crossbow. Yep. Tuatha is a pretty nice chassis, too. A little cheaper than the Vanir, but also better than human stats. The minions are constant improvement. Never really see the point of going back to older. Yeah, it's like if you played the installments before they had the, I'm going to air quote myself, real-time battles, it's painful. It was so meticulous about, like, you wanted to have your tramplers 1 square away from the enemy, so on their turn, you would get a full trample with no chance of retaliation. That was like a big part of the game. Things like that feels bad, man. Not having multi-move either. Abby says, I got disconnected, but going back to Menace, the dev said there will be factions, several commanders, vehicles, including mechs. Yep. I'm really looking forward to trying out the strategic layer. I'm so excited for that. Should have left those 3 horses that couldn't swim. Oh, I got you, horrifying. Leave no horse behind. Glamour's the new hot. Glamour is so in right now. You don't even know. You don't explain enough to be a starter point. I do plan on rectifying that, Broad. That is some of the content I plan to do. Just some light, like very beginner type videos. I did used to explain a lot more, like in the original Yomi stream and Ohm stream, but I realized that wasn't really sustainable in every single one. Yeah. Hopefully that'll be useful when I get there. I think that there's also been several decent beginner guides by other people. And at the time I started, I wasn't confident enough to try to take my own stab at that. I feel more competent, even though I'm still a fool at Dominions. Okay, we are getting back to the home site. We are recruiting. We are building. We are building. Go. Dormant pretender gods are awakening. Okay, that's not going to be us. Okay, go scout that out. Scout that out. At least we have some pretty decent scouting going on this game. Okay, I do see Pangea pangeeing around. All right, on the home front. All right, let's do this. Not that. Everybody down here. Everybody in here, just everybody in one group, and then we'll split you in half. Oh, got it in one. I don't know why I find that so satisfying, but I do. Okay, we've lost enough of those guys that they are no longer going to be effectively a first line. We'll try to have them crossbow catch. We'll see if that happens or not. Attack closest. Well, we'll still do hold and attack. All right, the vans, you're also going to do the same thing. Halvesies. Oh, got it in one too. I don't know why I find that so satisfying, but I really do. All right, over there and over there. I think we're going to do attack rears. All right, and then start spreading these out. So, all right, we're going to be a little cheeky here, and we're going to do that. Try to force her to get all of our commanders. Nothing bad surely will happen. What stream was it where we had the first shot of the game and it killed my prophet? I don't remember which stream that was, but man, that sucked. You are in there. Okay, why are we not select the right one, please? Thank you. All right, we might also need to back up a little further. We're in crossbow range where I'm standing here. I think we probably want to go back and give ourselves a little... Yes, we'll have to walk further under crossbow fire, but we won't be standing still and buffing under crossbow fire. With the Mind Burn has the 100 precision and 100 range, so we should be able to hit whatever's on map. All right, give me literally everyone. Is that right? That is right. Yep. Where's my profit? There you are. You lost all of your bodyguards. Here. Have 2 diseased werewolves. All right. We're going into Hall Woods. Yeah. Yep. Okay, then... Yeah, I want to keep making all this. I'm fishing for an Air 3 guy. All right, Dream Team here. Search. Okay, yeah, we drained literally all of our research, so we're not going to make any progress there. You build me a temple. Okay, not going to get that. All right, let's continue. Let me get a little more PD here and here. All right, I'm feeling pretty good about this one. Let me catch up on chat again. Commentary is better for somebody who already knows how to play. That's fair enough feedback. Good midpoint. Yeah, fair enough. Watch the seas turn to feasting flesh. Hopefully nobody else gets in those seas. I would like to get down here and take this. Prophet has gone mad. I mean, you know, he's a little, you know. I don't know that it's going to have an EA. Might have been when you were the prophet, you died really early. Yeah, I've had some turn 2 deaths, for sure. That one was just exceptionally bad. All right, let's do it. This is going far too well. I'm getting suspicious here. All right, keep site searching. We did find a carrion thicket. A death mage may enter. We don't have a cheap death mage, so this is not worth our time. If I was able to recruit like a little cheapy death 1 or maybe a death 2, I would go do this. Not bad though, not bad. We did get some death income. We do have Drogar, and we do have the pathing to cast them, so we'll be able to get a few of those guys if nothing else. Okay, Battle in Hall Woods. Let's see how it went. Summon a Revenant. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Shannon, worked another 15.5 hours yesterday. My goodness, my man. That is ridiculous. I barely make it through my 8 hours. Okay, so... Okay, both the attack rears made it. Both the attack rears also ignored the crossbows, so mileage may vary on that. We'll see. We are into the leadership, though, for the most part. Are a couple in the midfield. On the front line, how do we do for coverage? Pretty decent. Not 100% coverage, but pretty decent. Let's just out of curiosity here. Skin Shifter missed Light Infantry. Light Infantry missed us. We hit them for 5 points of damage and took a leg. Light Infantry hit us for 0. We missed. Why are you missing so many times? Light Infantry hit Skin Shifter for 0. Ethereal negated the damage. Attacked the Great Sword. We got repelled. Skin Shifter hits the Light Infantry for 19 points and killed them. We had Ethereal negate. Light Infantry hit Skirmisher the arm for 0. Ethereal negated. Okay, yep. Everything's working as it should. Okay, how are we doing back there, guys? We getting this cleared out or what? We are definitely taking some losses here. Smart of them to put the crappy longbows out front so that the crossbows have more time to fire. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Sacreds. We have definitely had some pretty hefty Sacred losses. Not that I'm surprised. There's probably a Zot province underground. That's true. That could work. Morning, people, says Shreko. Well, good morning. It's 4 a.m. Yay for insomnia. Oh, man. I've only ever had one true... Like, I'm a bad sleeper in general, but I have only ever had one true bout of insomnia. I was still in college. I had it for about a month, and I basically did nothing but go to class and play Dwarf Fortress for an entire month. I was coming off of a breakup. It wasn't a good time. It was not a good time. Thank you, Dwarf Fortress, for getting me through that. Getting better at communicating with chat. Well, there's been several improvements over the time. Like when I very first started out, I had a monitor from like the early 2000s as my second monitor, and it was so tiny I couldn't read chat with my old man eyes. Now I have a nice big monitor. I'm also just getting better, like you said. It is a skill, you know? Somebody had some pretty harsh feedback when I was playing Mechabellum. They're like, you keep saying the right thing, but then you don't do it. And I'm like, I'm trying, man. It's a lot of brain power to both track a conversation, keep a running train of thought verbalized, and play a game at the same time. At least in Dominions, it's not real time. And there's no time constraints. All right, very nice. We got our palisades up. Gonna make me another temple. We're gonna immediately just go up to a fortress. Okay, no air 3s, unfortunately. What did we actually get? Throne of Zeal. Tier 1, is what we thought. 2 Dominion spreads, not terrible. Less troops, get 2 morale. It's okay. Conscription, yeah, it's okay. I don't hate it. It's nothing detrimental, at least. Okay, now decision time. I think I'm going to stomp this way and try to take that too. Did we lose any mages or anything? No. We lost 3 Huskarls, 3 skin shifters, 5 sacreds. That's actually way less than I thought. I thought we'd lost a little more than that. We killed 189. It's almost like a, what, 18-to-1 kill ratio? I'm liking it. Okay, so... Can you make it to there in one move? You can't. All right, patrol, but you site search. Horrifying. Actually, hold on. Let's do this differently. We'll have God claim that throne. We'll search this way, and then she can claim it. I don't want to stop. I want to keep going. I want to try to take this too. Okay, that is a tier 3. 630 Springhawks. Ugh. And crossbows. Titan of Heaven is here. Several Griffins. Yeah. It is close enough that it would maybe be a consideration. Okay, so 1 point, 2 points. I don't remember if that was a tier 1 or tier 2. Yeah, we are pretty light on points, actually. Makes me a little nervous. Okay, we are getting troops here. Let's go ahead and get a good leader. Let's keep... Oh, ooh, too expensive. I don't love that. Oops. All right, keep getting those. I will switch over to getting Einhirs at some point. Right now, though, I just like the durability of skin shifters. They also perform better with less buffs. Whereas I feel like the Einhirs really want Mist form because we want to go Berserk, and Ethereal keeps us from going Berserk. All right, keep on going. Go there. Okay, there's Bogaroos. What, I'm getting dry mouth here. More tea. It'd be nice if the skin shifters were sacreds. Yep. If they were sacreds, though, you could only get them in your capital. That's the problem with the middle-aged one. The skin shifters are cap only, and they're like your absolute best troop. If you could designate which troop would be sacred, that'd be ridiculous, Ian. About to hit Rimworld. Ooh, Rimworld's fun. Problem is, this is a Van nation. Even if the Van blood is super thin, it is very thin at this point. My people are in the forests above us. We are definitely getting there. Friend to the south. Are you talking man? Yeah. At least they're not rushing me for once. Expansion going well 2 streams in a row. Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Okay, that's looking fine. 2 months remaining. We're building that. We're going to go build the temple. I need somebody to do a lab here. I'll tell you what. Give me one of these. Oh, I can't afford that either. All right. Never mind. All right. Yeah, that's all my money. Hang on. Let's let the PD build that up a little bit. That's not in any danger at the moment. What did we get for the Bless? A very, very cheap one. We have low light vision and 2 strength of earth. We took an awake. I don't know if you'd really call her a rainbow. I'm going to say rainbow. Her main goal is to make glamour boosters and do wailing winds for us at one point. So kind of a light one this time around. She also did a bunch of early research that got us boosted. We're only on turn 14, and we're at Thom 2, Enchant 1, almost kind of sort of getting close to Alt 4. So I would say she successfully did what she was trying to do. Okay, good. This was doable. I would feel really stupid if that was a tier 3. Timu Skittles? Those aren't Skittles, those are just lead pellets. Actually, a tier 5. These little abomination provinces can be kind of difficult sometimes, depending on which abominations you get. Like, I hope these spiders don't web my elf cavalry. Okay, good, they did not. Yep, stabby stabby those spiders. None of that now, eh? Okay, summoning imps. Okay, please don't eat any of my casters back here. Although they've all body etherealed, so. Weirdly enough, I always think of these as old ladies, but they're not. They're not old age. They're not even close to old age. So they're actually relatively safe once they get the body ethereal up and running. Old people ain't afraid of spider people. Join us, brothers. It's too bad you didn't end up being the prophet for Relay. Return of the Infinite Growth Eater of the Dead. Oy. Okay, this is interesting. I wonder if we're going to get the Blood Hinge. That would actually be pretty good for us. We can do a little bit of blood. We can do blood sacks too, but we're just really, really bad at blood hunting. Really bad at blood hunting. That seems to kind of be a Norse thing. How cool would it be if they had a mechanic where you could get blood slaves from battles? That would be a pretty cool nation mechanic. All right, we're going to take this on. Light infantry, crossbow, heavy infantry. Shouldn't be too bad, he says nervously. All right, we do have little dudes poking around. Never mind, I am gonna PD these. I don't want him getting ideas. That's unfortunate because I wanted that cave entrance. He right now is my first target of choice if I get to pick. Usually I don't get to pick who we go to war with first. But if I do. All right, you're going to patrol. Keep going on that. I want to make one of these guys just to run around and build labs and temples for me. And we have a little bit left. 1 point, give me another scout. I feel like I'm doing a pretty decent job of getting my scouts out and about this game. All right, all good. Going for another throne. You guys are searching. Still moving. Yeah, we could actually turn on some more recruitment here. Are you done next turn? You are. I think we'll have enough money, though. I don't think that's a problem. Give me... Okay, I would only... Yeah, look at that. I would only be able to get 5 of those guys. If we go with these, same. Let's get a few Einheers at least. We'll start making some. We'll diversify a little bit here. They don't hit quite as hard as the great swords, but they have 2 really good attacks. And when they go berserk, they almost hit as hard as a great sword. So the damage potential is just way higher. You don't get the blood hinge. Oh. Claim the Throne of Thorns. Okay, somebody else has a throne. We searched for sites, didn't really get much. Head here. Battle. I like it when we get an early 1 or 2, like tier 1 or easy tier 2 throne. Can really kind of help you out if you get anything useful on them. Some gem income, a special unit, just anything. I'd say that first one we got was okay. At least it wasn't death. Yeah, there's them throwing their stupid javelins instead of actually fighting. Nation got double screwed by Dom 6, then Horse Nerf and the breakup of communions. Yep. Yeah, because that's what you used to be able to do. You'd bring your blood in via communion and then use your blood slaves to cast your spells. But now that you can't do that, I am so reluctant to do Sabbaths. It's so much work. In multiplayer, I would put in the effort, but I can't really be arsed in single player most of the time. Unless we're doing something really specific. All right, I want you to immediately start building the next level. I want you to go ahead and build a temple. What did we get? Throne of Autumn. Well, there's the death magic. Another tier 1 gives us an earth gem. That is a pretty good mage, although he's old. Not loving that. I think I'm just going to let God pick this up. Yeah, I think I'm going to let God pick that up. You guys keep going here. I actually see a hilarious head shop. We could go here, sail. We could go here and sail to Vanheim. I don't think we quite have the siege power for that, but that would be hilarious. Also, apparently I need to fix this. Yeah, we really need to up our recruitment. Okay, and another scout. Okay, you go keep an eye on where they're going with their reinforcements. 40 units. Moose Riders are good-ish. They need to be buffed. Rimvedis are pretty tough. Okay. That's not super bad. I feel like we could win these. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we could win those. We've got a lot of magic support. That's a good mage. He also is able to do the earth buffs, which our Einherds really like. They really like earth buffs. The thing is, though, it kind of does, because our earth 2s come off of this guy, and we have to hit double randoms. So 25% of 25% is our earth 2. That's pretty hard to do. Whereas that dude is just a guaranteed. All right, let's do it. Proclamation from Vanheim. New prophet. All right, Holberg. What do you got? What? These aren't Holbergs. I feel cheated. Okay, nice mind burns going off. We did make it all the way to the archers. Yep, that was pretty textbook right there. Okay, yep. Another fortress level done. We're just blitzing this guy up. Can we get some more? Yep. And can I have some more? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of PD here. Okay, because my sacreds can't sail. I'm really tempted by that. We'd have to go here, but we totally could. We haven't seen him having any forts yet, so if I'm on his cap, he has no recruitment. I feel like we can beat what we've seen. I think we might be in a new period of Dark Babel. This isn't Babel Builder, this is Babel Destroyer. I may go for a headshot here. Don't go that way, go this way. I need to make sure he doesn't have a fort. If he doesn't have a second fort, I'm in. There's no reason not to. I don't think he can push me off with this much magic support. I don't think he can push me off. And if he can't push me off, all right, you can join the bodyguards. He can't recruit. And I do have more forces back here. So we did that. We split you in half. Oh, got it in one. Rear, rear, close. I mean, this isn't a great battle force. I also don't have my bless here. But we could fight. So if we take these guys to here, just to make sure they don't get any ideas. I do need a turn of money. Okay, we're gonna have one turn of suck, because I do want to get started on this right away. A historic moment. Second fortress has crossbows. Nope, they have longbows. First fortress. Yes, and they have the good ones. Good eye. I didn't actually catch that. Yeah, these are my favorite crossbows for indies, just because they're the cheapest. I hate the 24 resource ones. I can have over 3 of these guys for one of those guys. All right, we're in, boys. We got crossbows. One thing I don't love, like, that's fine as a mechanic, but it does water the nations down. Like, crossbows are so bloody important. So important. That it feels like you basically are required to have them. And thus use indies every single time. All right, so here, I'm going to have you claim the throne. You guys do your search. Vanheim, don't you dare get any ideas before I backstab you. Wait your turn. Viking, the last raid nation. The last Viking. Check underground. He's down in the caves. Good point. Good point. This is unreliable information. I would not rely on that. All right. You defend. You search. You guys troll for a second. That's fine. Building the palisade. Oh. We bounced. That's even better. That's even better. Also, I forgot. Who got that throne? Ulm has a throne. I do wish these were sorted in order. I wonder why it doesn't. Some games it feels like it is, and some games it feels like it isn't. Okay. So, us versus indies. I don't imagine we have horrendous problems. Yep, we get good to great coverage on the body ethereal. We hack apart the horses / mind burn the horses. Yep. Everyone loves the cheap ones. Yep. Well, the thing is, it's the same crossbow. You're not hiring those guys to be your front line. You're hiring them to fire crossbows. And 3 crossbows is better than 1 crossbow. See, I can do math on stream. Okay, that was excellent. Now, the bounce. Okay, I can't imagine they would have even won that even if I wasn't here. All right, these are the same little dudes that you can summon on Niflheim. They're really good on Niflheim because you're already going to have a big bless for your big giants, most likely. So you get these guys with, like, I don't know, larger and regen or something, so they can be human size. I don't know. I find these guys hilarious. I think they're okay as units here. One of the last units that still has an aura, too. Most places don't have auras anymore in late age. The last chill dude. Please don't throw javelins into my guys. Also, please kill this guy. Thank you. That was awkward. Children are disappearing at night. Yeah, well, did you not read them the horrific stories that scares them to stay in bed? That's weird. I think I'm doing it What do you got here? 100 units. Mannequins, pirates, wolf brothers, and crocodiles. I feel like this is the start of a poem. I think we're going to do that. 100 units. I've got 100 units. And I think my 100 units are better than your 100 units. I think we're doing it. I think we're doing it. Okay, if I'm going to do that, step 1, give me these and a leader. And over here, grab a leader. Get those. Yes. Here. Okay, get what you can afford. And then I'm going to get attacked. You guys are going to defend that throne. I'm going to PD up whatever I can there. All right, you guys continue on. Well, if I'm going to declare anyways... If I'm going to declare anyways, I could attack here, and then that puts me in a position to maybe attack this. I don't have to kill everything. I just have to mutually assured destruction, and then he won't be able to take out my PD. I think that's the play. Also, Pangea's Dominion's pushing me really hard. I don't like that. They should stop. Yeah. Whew. A new era of aggression. I was going to have this guy run around and do some infrastructure. We did get the hinge druids, but they were not the blood ones. This is probably a safer place to recruit those. But I'm not going to be able to afford it right now. So I'm just going to let him research for a minute. We'll just be chill on that. They must be made to fear the fly. Are they mannequins or Magogora? Mannequins. We aren't German. Our stories aren't scary enough. I don't know. I'm sure Vikings had plenty of messed up stuff. We'll send you to school in Ohm. Well, that would suck. Boom. Little vampire humor for you there. Okay, Ulm seems to be doing well for themselves. Possibly fighting man. All right, you. Okay, hang on. We're doing all kinds of weird maneuvers here. You go there. Oh, I see. The river's causing that. All right, whatever. It's fine. Okay, he has not expanded in this direction. Okay, then we need to see if he's in that cave. All right, I don't really care about keeping eyes over here. Okay, how about you go there and then you just sit here and you go there. A little more sane positioning. All right, go. Some of the Arabian monster stories gives you nightmares. Yeah, but like real mythology / like the older stories were really hardcore. It wasn't until like the Disneyfication of everything. All right, research and alteration. Okay, we're up to Alt 4. Alt 4 gives us the ability to also mist form, which is super duper nice. That also opens up lacerating winds. Not my favorite spell, but it is something offensive we can do. We also can now Twilight on our god if we want to. Yep. That's all fine. Okay, construction next. I'm kind of thinking we're gonna go just whole hog and we're just gonna race for whaling. I'm not really feeling pressured at the moment. Let's see if I should be. All right, so we have short bowmen, a couple crossbows, and that's basically it. This is just PD. All right, we got all of our body ethereal up. Well, missed a few guys this time, but in theory, it's all up. Yes, there they are, throwing their javelins, being dumb. I hate that. Okay, and then Troll Peak. Were we able to pull this off? Okay, so this is more than I was expecting. Great Sword's doing great sword things, though. We did make it to the back and killed off the mage that was here. Yeah, that hold attack rear did some work. Okay, yeah, that was excellent. All right, and I don't think I need to actually PD that. I think I'm just going to let my conscription build up, and we'll go hit green wall. Yeah, if he's not underground with some stuff, we are in an exceptionally good spot. Because he does not appear to have any forts or anything. Maybe he was trying to build one here, maybe he's trying to build one there. I don't see any people here. And I did see we are damaging the walls. They are lightly damaged, but lightly's better than not damaged. All right, Horrifying, I need you to preach at their walls. We'll build you a giant siege horn that you can shout at them through. Everyone else siege. Okay, here. We'll give that a couple rounds of recruitment before we zip off. Build that castle. Control there. You're preaching. I think I'm going to need some more temples over here. We'll build one over here where it's nice and safe. All right, I'm going to get you to move over there. Oh, and we did finally get our Air 3 guy. The reason I want an Air 3 guy, A, if I had to, we could empower to 4, but we also can cast a storm if we have to off of a tier 3 guy. Because 1 gem to go to Air 4 and then 1 gem to cast it. So 2 gems, we can do storms if we want to. So great. All right, give me the body ethereal spammers then. Okay, you guys, site search, please. Build that palisade. Okay, that is the Throne of Thorns. So that is a tier 1. So we have 2 points. I don't know what you are, but let's assume it's a tier 1. 3 points, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have enough points nearby to win, although that's at least another war. Okay. Okay. What are your gems? Death, Astral, Nature. Yes, please. I would like those gems. Thank you. We also could try to get some... We could try to take these pirates off of him, for example. Now, he's probably going to attack me with those pirates, though. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. Paying for pirates that I just got done slaughtering feels really dumb. If they weren't next to me. I love the moose cavalry, even if they're coming in. Yeah, I agree. It's too bad we don't get like moose cataphracts or something. Something ridiculous. Just literally, I want everything that can be ridden to have a cataphract version of it. Okay, research and construction is complete. That's level 1. Found a magic site. Gallows. All right, we're up to 3 death. We're actually doing really good on gems, I would say. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing up there. Okay, and battle in Greenwall. Do we need to look at it? It's just PD. And the escaping moose. Okay, move up. Okay, again, maybe he's trying to build a fort there. Okay, walls are moderately damaged. He must not have had much in there if we're doing that much damage to these walls. I don't feel like we have that much siege strength, and we seem to be ripping through it pretty effectively. All right, temple. All right, I'm gonna have to cut back here again. We have budget constraints. Sorry, guys, because I want another temple. Okay, so our auxiliary force continues to push forwards. They're doing okay. This looks a little dangerous. I hope they attack me here and not into here. Wish we could recruit non-sacred regular units from enemy capital. That would be pretty crazy. That'd be an interesting mod just to see what the balance would do. Because that would be insane. Like, get somebody's crossbows, or if you're on a nation that doesn't have heavy infantry, being able to get heavy infantry or cavalry. Yeah, if the scout's actually in the area, I believe it says that they are constructing. All right, let's do it. Oh, that's not good. All right, Pangea. You know what? We should be friends, Pangea. Well, I'm gonna shoot my shot here. I mean, we could go get a flagon of ale at the local inn together. There's no reason that we have to fight. We should be friends. We should definitely be friends, and you should not siege me over here. That is the way things should go. All right, I am going to be a little greedy here, and I'm going to pop a lab so I can get a nature mage out and site searching. A couple of them. That might become relevant. We're also going to get some nature income from Vanheim, so we'll probably empower somebody. We'll probably build a thistle mace, and then we'll do something with that. All right, battle. Again, it was just the Moose and PD. All right, he does not own this, so unless he got underground here, which doesn't appear to be the case, I am going to go down here because I want to see if we can take this. Yeah, I want to see if we can take that. All right, this group. Now, I am going to PD this. Well, you know what? No, I'll chase him around if I have to. Keep going. Can't stop, won't stop. We're not losing anything in these battles. Walls are moderately damaged. Okay, I think we're going to send in the reinforcements. Site search. And you should... Now, do I want to claim this now? It gives me death 1, which is kind of crap. We're already having a little bit of pop kill from the cold. What all do you give me? An earth gem. That mage is pretty good. I think it's worthwhile. I'm going to do it. We'll claim that. You need more gold? True. True. We're going to take a capital here, though. We're also going to have 2 citadels in the next turn. One of them... Apparently next turn, 2 of them. No, 1 of them, because that's a castle. The thing is, somebody has to sit around and wait to claim it. That's the problem. I can't have God just stop. We need her to do all of her site searching now, so that once I'm ready to use her for other things, she's not trying to do that. Or my prophet has to come and sit over there, which is a little less disruptive. But I mean, we are using our bless. It's not like it's a freebie. I am thinking on that a little bit. Let me see. Chat, chime in here. Should we take it now for the reasons I just stated, or we would probably take it when we're done with this siege? Well, maybe not though. I'm in the other cave, and there is a very takeable throne. This is where his forces have been going. I bet she was attacking that. This is excellent. Where is that? Oh, I don't like that. But this is excellent. Wait. Okay, a lot of people saying wait on that one. All right, I'll defer to you guys, but I will also scapegoat you if things go badly. So, just so you know. Mr. Cotton says, take, in my opinion, game is short and death skills aren't that bad. I agree. The death for a bad temperature scale is about half a death scale. It's not that bad. And, you know, I always preface this. You have to have context. These are set up to be short games. I think if your game consistently goes past year 3 or 4, that's when death scales would be really bad. But if you're not a pop kill nation, honestly, it's not that bad. Especially if you are using the points to fuel faster expansion. You just out expand your death scales essentially. I blame oh my goodness, that's a tongue twister. I blame Broad if it doesn't work out. What skills do we have right now? We have 2 order, 2 productivity, 2 cold, and a magic. That was what we started with. So those are neutral skills for us. Wait, you can get boots of flight? I can. Yeah, that is true. That is true. All right, that's actually a really good one, Abby. Because that does allay my concerns about that. She could also cloud trapeze, to be fair. All right. Yep. You guys convinced me. I do love me some boots of flying. Okay, how are we doing on the walls? Walls are moderate still. Okay. The goated scapegoat. 2 attacks and a headbutt. I've designed a bless for you before. One of the best sacred summons in the game, actually. Scapegoat. I love those guys. Okay, we're on construction 2. We searched for sites. Did not find anything. All right, we're gonna walk there. Look at that. Our reinforcements are sailing to the siege. You love to see it. All right, you are going to immediately go up. What is this? What is this? Where's this? Last Step Swamp. What's this garbage? What happened here? We got attacked by a corpse candle. Ethereal, mindless. It's a magic being, poison resistant, vulnerable to salt. Oh, I mean, I'm pretty salty usually, so I should be pretty good against these. We cast a bless. So this is like an assassination, basically. Because I have him on retreat, I'm pretty sure. So he got a bless, which doesn't really do anything in this case. I assume we're just missing like crazy. Missed. Mirror image. Okay. Mirror image. Oh my goodness. He blurred himself. Why are you casting True Shot? What are you doing? Okay, personal luck. Are you doing false damage? No? I think he's are you decaying? Is that what that is? Why are you a weird color? We finally killed him with charged body, of all things. Nope, not the giant mushroom. All right, well, anything you can walk away from, I guess? But now we're gonna have to reacquire mount. It's a little awkward. That's a little awkward. All right, sure. All right, new. Let's get those recruits going again, eh? And you, I don't want to build temples on the border, at least till I have peace. So we'll just go over here and we'll build one. All right, this seems to be getting bigger, or my scout reports are getting worse. One of the two. I'm not sure which one's true, but I'm going to add some PD here. All right, you are definitely a... Yeah, that's the Hornets. Excuse me, shipwreckers? Excuse me? Excuse me, shipwreckers. I think that seems just like the type of ship I would want to wreck. I will pay a pretty penny. 531 gold, my good man. And not a copper more. I'm very excited if we can get that. All right, here. What are we going to do here? Wait. I am concerned. If both of these attack, they will kill me. Let's pull back to here. That's the choke point that I really care about. We can just go around this army and we'll take the capital. I do also have that. Hold attack closest. Hold and fire. Closest? No, probably enemy archers. I don't want to peg myself. All right, you're going to have to wait a turn. Okay, they just patrolled me out. It's fine. All right. Yeah, that's fine. This is fine. Okay, so 1, 2... Okay, we're getting a decent number built up here. I would like to assault this before man gets here. I'm kind of shocked he hasn't arrived. But I also just don't have the numbers for it yet. I think the best use of that mage is that we don't have to fish for boots and hammer. Our god can do it, Ace, if we have to. Charged body being useful. Yeah, usually charged body is a great way to get yourself killed. There are two types of mercenaries, the green men and the shipwreckers. The two best, obviously. Okay, they did not accept my peace treaty. Random event. We got hit with a hurricane. That feels less random than it might have been. We have finished a citadel. We like that. And honestly, we could build something there. Walls are severely damaged. Shipwreckers have been bought. Oh, baby. Bless yourself. Hold one turn. And then stay behind troops, you beautiful man, you. Hold an attack closest. All right. I'm going to go for the one I know we're going to win. Because if nothing else, I can get more troops from here. With the goal of taking this out. I don't think he's going to be able to do it solo. Hence why I didn't recruit him over here. And if we see easy targets like that, might be pretty easy. We might just try to clear the lake. When we get a chance to go for Stellars. Stellars come out of Evocation. Right here. Yep. It's on the way. We're going all the way to Evo 7. Because that is Wailing Winds. I literally named her right on the box here. That her strategy is to get to Wailing Winds. I also need to drop some of these gems off. It's a little awkward. I'll tell you what, instead, why don't you come over here? We'll build the lab here so she can drop those off. So what do you got? That is exceptionally doable. Okay. All right, we're pretty certain he didn't get down here, but let's make doubly sure. Okay, now you're showing 30, so our scout reports are just really iffy. All right, I'm willing to chance that. Okay. Citadel's done, Star Destroy, Shipwreckers bought. You came over here. Okay, hang on. You were going to build that, but instead I want to get started here. No, I want to get started here. You can just preach for a turn. I don't have my candles on. It's awkward. Yeah, okay. I'm glad. I did feel like I need to be building temples, and that was the right call. Wonder what the highest bid on the shipwreckers in multiplayer is. I mean, they're pretty good. Any underground? Nope. Nope. We've got Pangea, Man, Ulm, Midgard, Bulgarus, and Vettenheim. So Vettenheim, I believe they have low light vision, so they should be able to get underground pretty easily. That's about it. Them and me. I mean, in our Formoria stream, I was trying to buy the sylphs for like 2,000 gold, and I couldn't outbid an AI. We almost lost that game to that merc group. We could not kill them. It was ridiculous. More optimal to search for the... I mean, I guess that's true. We are not going to get a candle here because we're at 2 candles. Get the odd holy site. That's true, true. AI, well, yeah, part of it is also because we're playing on difficult, the AI gets bonus gold. So generally speaking, you can win mercs on turn 1 because the AI probably spends their money on recruitment, and then you can't beat them for a while until you expand. But we kind of lucked out on that, frankly. All right, do it. I would like this siege to get over relatively soon before somebody else declares war on me. Gee, it's like I played this game before. All right, we search for sites. They are sieging. We have some dudes here. I mean, we're really not going to be able to do much to help you for a moment. All right, you guys, get me a leader. Get me a leader. Okay. Battle in Lake Doom, we lost nothing. Oh yeah, this is very doable. All right. Let's take more ocean. Like I said, absolute worst, we can just slowly weather the ocean down as long as we own something. Battle in Redbud Grove. Okay, so what do they have? Hoplites. Okay, nothing crazy here. They do have some snipers, but nothing crazy. Okay, Bulwark. I did declare ace, so I mean it still counts. I mean the next step is I have to be in a 3 or 4-way war. Okay, this is my smaller group, so hopefully we do okay here. Those sacreds of his are kind of doing a number on me. Ooh, definitely did a number on me. Yeah, we're retreating. Did we lose our... Oh, we lost our Jarl. Hmm. Okay, so that's here. And there. Okay, that hurt a lot. But there's only 10 of them left. They're not really going to be able to do anything. How are we doing? Walls are severely damaged. So that means we're going to be here a little while still. Okay, that's fine. The goblins are small. They are very small. What's the white gem we have +4? That's air gems. We don't really have an air spender yet, per se. That's all right. We can definitely turn that into air elementals or something if we have to. Although we don't have that research at the moment. All right, you're just going to have to wait inside and ditto here, I guess. How are we doing? Okay, but that's not going to last for too long. All right, you march over here. Okay, come down here. Yeah. Grumble, grumble. Stupid attack. All right, do we have any more mercs that we can hire? Ghoulfather, just for the seed strength, I'll throw a little bit of money at that. I don't really like Ghoulfather, but seed strength is seed strength. We could empower that Air 3 guy to Air 4, and then we could make air boosters. That would be an option. Okay, construction 3 is done. Actually, I'll tell you what we're gonna do with some of those gems. We're gonna make a couple Alquils. These are not the guys I normally would want to do it, but I do want to use some. You. I do actually need blesses, so let's get 2 people to bless. I guess just a spare here, since we have some extra. All right, we're not in horrible shape. We're not in horrible shape. As long as they can hold out for a couple turns. What do we got? We lost about 250 there. That's a worrying amount. That's a worrying amount. That one, Broken Ocean. We lost 5 guys. What is going on over here? All right, keep going. Also, I think I need to pay for you again. I do. Yeah, we're definitely going to try to hold on to this. All right, these are good enough that I will start recruiting them. Just in case. All right, you build me a lab. You two search. All right, we have to make a little bit of a decision here. Do we stick to evocation and just push it for Wailing Winds? Wailing Winds is incredibly good. Our main caster can cast it. Good to go. Or do we switch some gears and get some conjuration? With some conjuration, we could summon in Fey Knights at 5. That also would unlock full-size air elementals. We also have some other gems that we could drop. I think I'm sticking to plan. What game you wear being pushed by a nation dragon god until you got the forest troll mercenaries? That was the second attempt at middle-aged Pythium, I believe. Just tell the AI to go away. Yeah, I believe that was middle-aged Pythium. Patriots would be nice. Yeah, we'll get the Unsaily Knights, which are redonkulously good. I've got to finish this war before we can leave, though. Okay, critical. We're getting within a couple turns. If we have to lose a fort to take these guys out, it'll be worth it. Build that castle. Okay, you could preach. They also don't have very many candles at the moment. I have preached away all but 1 in their capital. And they've got 5 here and 1 here. 1 that may or may not be theirs. Okay, I didn't know about that. Also, that's a little worrisome. Strange. Ulma's pretty darn big here, I will say. Okay, research in evocation done. Search for sign. Okay, step 1, would you please put those away? All right, you search. Okay, you guys just get to researching. You forge. All right, now we can't do the Dwarven Hammer and we can't do the Earth Boots yet, so neither of those is going to be ready. I don't think. Yeah, let's get a handful of acorns. We have had things getting caught over here. All right, and over here, let's set these guys up. Oh, that was a pretty bad one. Okay. They have snipers, but that's fine. I will set up way in the back. All right, you are on holding. And then you two. I'm gonna do bless, 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 and then stay behind troops. All right, one of you over here, one of you down there. I do want to get my strength buff on those. And then I think we will take my ethereal casters. I also have mist. I think I'll grab those. I'm not going to risk him. Okay, so you can body ethereal and you can body ethereal. We'll put you, I guess, in the middle-ish. Okay, and then you guys are going to do... Misform times 4 and then advance and cast. Hopefully that means that they'll end up giving it to themselves. We'll put one on that side, one in the middle, one on that side. I think we're just going to group you. That way they'll buff themselves. All right, you're going to stay here and patrol. And the rest of you, we need to get over here. How we doing? 300. Okay, we are going to arrive the turn they break it. Hopefully we'll be able to do something about that. Hopefully. 70 units. Leogryphs, Vinemen, Satyr Sneaks, Vine Ogres, Satyr Snipers. The Great White Bull. Okay. Well, look who we see here, eh? I think I'm going to make them siege me, so let's actually wait inside. All right, this is fine. It's fine. It's going to be fine. He says. I can't get a better leader. Also, we have crossbowmen over here too, although they're twice as expensive as the other fort, so I'm not super excited about those guys. All right. Yes, okay. I was going to say, please be done sieging. We really need to get in here. All right, storm it. Some of those people who broke from the other fight ended up here. Let's get them added. All right. Go team. Storm Castle. I'm pretty certain we'll have that just fine. Okay, we must have won our bid here. Swimming men. You know what? I will do... Well, nobody else is going to grab those. I'll let this... For every turn they're not recruited, they get cheaper and cheaper. I do think I'm going to use them to try to take Goodwater / the throne. So I don't need them this turn. Although, you know what? No, let's just get it. Nobody's going to hire these guys. I'll just pay it. All right, you patrol. All right, give me the amount we can grab. Man, they're going to take this. That's going to cause me problems in the future. Sigh. Okay, they are not underground. Good to know. Hey, Rosaria, how am I doing? I'm doing okay. Use it to kill the trash holding the walls so it breaks easy. Send out Daddy Lorax. Hate setting on forts grabbing territory while the dudes on top of the fort's much better strategy than investing in sieges. That depends. The reason it's working well here is he doesn't have another fort, so he has no more forces. I agree, though. One of the better changes that they made in Age of Wonders 4 is that you used to have like 10 plus turns to siege down a city. It was so monotonous. Now it's like 3 or 4 turns, and it's way better. Can suck a little bit because sometimes you can get surprised, but I think the change was desperately needed. A report from Scraw Point. What about it? Mystical power struck and suddenly Sivruk the Gode was cursed for the rest of his life. Oh. All right, we'll build a cursed temple here too. Search for magic sites. Battle in Soden. Something attacked and we repelled it? Okay, cool. I guess our crossbows help. I think he kills. I mean, sure. I'll invest a little bit of PD in that if that can repel him. I'm down. Okay, it's not important that we sit still to do recruitment or research right now. So we could move out. Oh, they went here. Okay. Well, you guys are dead. That's all I can say. Hold an attack closest. You know, give them hell. Give them hell. Good luck. Okay, then Vanheim. All right, what was in here? Some animal trash. A hag. Not much. Not much was in here. I don't know how that one guy is still alive out front. That's incredible. I don't like that weird contingency going over to the side. I don't like that at all. What is this? What kind of Tokyo drift was that? Okay, thank you for not just going immediately into my mages. Okay, we're gonna have a weird flank here though. Yeah, nice try. This isn't Tokyo, buddy. This is like Shibuya or something. Okay. Okay. I mean, that could have gone very differently. That could have gone really differently. A pack of sea dogs attacked me. And they took out my thing. Wow. Thanks, game. What did I do to deserve all these bad events? My lab, my temple. Womp womp. Yeah, literally get out of my swamp. Okay, okay. This is gonna be a little awkward. All right, can I hand these off? I sure can. Okay, this is just gonna be a little weird, but whatever. Get into those groups. And the reason is I want you to build me a temple here. Also, apparently we have better fort tech than they do. Okay, I want the rest of you. We're gonna go take this guy out, I think. God, I would love to go do those. I'm gonna go do those. I think that's more valuable to me. Go underground. We're gonna take this throne super easy. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna try for it. And then we could pop out here. I think that's the plan. I think that's the plan. And then this will have to be cleaned up by something else. We can do that. Yep, keep building. I would like at least one mage being recruited. I can fit 2. I am so broke. I don't need to repay. Okay, no. They have Ghoul Father, that's fine. Alright, you 2. Hold an attack rear. Alright, take that out. Do I want to do that though? No, I think I want to make a shot at the throne. Even if we don't win it, as long as we kill something and start weakening it. We're not seeing any Mind Lords or anything. I think that's really doable. We're going to struggle to get underwater and claim it. Yeah, we're going to struggle underwater and claim it, but we'll come up with a plan for that later. That's future Babel's problem. Present Babel thinks we can take it. Okay, yep. All right, grab those. Come over here. But they didn't assault me? Wasn't that last turn that they got that? Am I off a turn? Weird. There's your acorns. All right, you have an Alquill. Bishop fish? You need water 3 to get a bishop fish, though. All I need is water 1 to make a ring of water breathing to get down there. But I don't have enough to empower in water. We might have to do a lot of alchemy. We could only make 8 with my astrals. Is there a glamour summon that can go underwater? Is there no? Yes, there is, but I believe it's construction 5. I don't think we have it. So tamed lightning, levitation, alquill, aiming, missile protection. Oh no, amulet of breathing. No, we're good. We're good. Okay, yeah, you're right. I don't know why. What was I thinking? A barrel of air is 5. Amulet of the fish is 5. Okay, yeah, we're cool. We're cool. I don't need it yet, but we can make it. Revenant, if you have D2. We sure do. We could do a Revenant, but the Revenant wouldn't be able to claim a throne. At least not with the current living prophet. Yeah, so we all learned something. There's an Air 3. Well, an Air 2 at Construction 3. Let me say it that way. Okay, so you forge. I'm kind of tempted by this just to have something on her in case I want to get drug into combat, which I may very well do. Okay, so you guys are going to take this. And then we're either going to have to take this on or we go here. I want to get these crossbows teamed up. We may just team up and then try to get him. 20 units. Although these guys are probably going to attack, so they're probably not going to move here. All right, I think I'm going to chance this. Hold and fire closest. Take that. We may end up with a few losses here, but I'd like to team up at the same turn. Oh, well, I kind of want to build... Okay, change the plans. Well, no. He could build it. I want a pair of boots if I can. Oh, no, that is at 5. I was going to say flying boots for my goddess. Man, if he had just waited a couple turns. What a jerk. What a jerk. All right, done. Boots of fight is 5. Yeah, we need 5 for a whole bunch of stuff. I may segue into that before we make it all the way to Wailing Winds. The booster would be helpful too. What are we at? We just finished it. You know what? I'm just going to do it. Take me to 5. That was too many items I just wanted and we couldn't get. Okay, battle in good water. How good was the battle in good water? It was pretty good. All right. Do it. We're still looking relatively healthy. I will throw a bid here. I'm going to be a little bit cheap on that. Hopefully that doesn't come back and bite me. We don't have to win. We just have to not lose badly. That's that. Okay. Battle in Trotton. Okay, how did that actually go? Were we able to shoot them all before they got to us? Okay, that was all right. That was all right. Okay, good, good. Then what that allows me to do is 560. Am I going to be able to do 560? I kind of want to say yes. I kind of want to say yes. Hold and attack closest. Hold and attack rear. Hold and attack rear. Hold and fire closest. What do you have? Satyr snipers, satyrs, dryad hoplites, vine. No, we should probably hold and fire large. Because that bull's going to come in and trample. Okay, and didn't I thought I had that on you guys. Yeah. Why did I not finish the cap circle? We just ran out of time. There was a window of opportunity when I came up to take this throne with Vanheim that I realized he didn't have a second fort, and I could sail into here. Well, I guess we could have walked, but we ended up sailing because it wasn't frozen into this capital. So I do think that was the right call. I don't regret that, although I wish we had a little bit more time. The people who are now fighting Pangea should have been finishing my cap circle and getting that other throne. So little suck on that, but is what it is. And Slice says, greed, greed, greed. Bush 1%. I couldn't agree more. All right, we do have low light vision for our sacreds in this one. Okay, we got the flank in nice. What are you? Warrior illusions. We are not a fan of warrior illusions. We are not a fan of warrior illusions. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, please mind burn those. Please shock those. Whatever you can do to get rid of them. I'm seeing fireballs going off in the back. Okay, it looks like the crossbows ended up saving the day here. That was awkward. Yeah, that's false damage too. So we can't regen that on our werewolves even. All right, that wasn't too bad. What did we lose? Only 11. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Throne of Life is a tier 2. Hey, and that's got the growth. Now we can take the death and balance it out. All right, I will have you claim. We are running low on sacreds, but that also means there's not much point in delaying. So we're going to go ahead and attack here. Again, we can come up here into his back line. I do want to take this on the way through if I can. Yeah, so here, here, and then there, and then we're up. All right, you, crossbows. Okay, you, picking up the pieces. Go grab those. All right, then let's take one more evaluation here. 560 sniper. Actually, we have a couple guys. Oh no, they just took the fort. Okay, let's see how that actually went. Grove. All right. Do I think we can kill this? Two attacks, non-magic. I think we can do this. I do need to note there's harpies. Okay, I do need to note there's harpies. I think we can take that fight. Because the other option's what? Just let them stomp around? Alright, but harpies. Hold and attack enemy flyers. They waited quite a while, too. I think we might do the same here. We'll just tuck those mages in a little bit tighter. Okay. You get... I don't need you to go anywhere at the moment, but you're ready to go if I have to. I don't want to go search near the front. Do you have anything else we could do? And make some money? I don't want to spend earth gems on that. Clockwork soldiers, I don't want to do. Continue forging. Darkskin amulet. Not really. Amulet of missile protection. Yeah. That saves us having to buff air shield. Although she shouldn't be the one to make that. If we're going to make it, it should be this guy. Missile protection. Can you do anything interesting with crafting? Rabbit foot. Answer's no. Okay, you can just research for a second. Okay, yep. All right, I am going to grab my tea break here. So I'm going to ponder a little bit harder on this fight. Let me know what you guys think. Do we have a chance? I feel like we do. And if we win this fight, I mean, we just go sit on Pangea. Remember, we do have reinforcements kind of near. Kind of near. So I will let people chit-chat on that for a second. Let me alt-tab here. And we'll set you for break for 5 minutes. And I will be right back, builders. Oop, running a little slow there, but now we have tea. All right, let me catch up on chat and see what people were saying. He's going to attack one of your armies. The other won't join the fight. I have a feeling he's going to end up moving to that fort. That's what I'm expecting, at least. Better to move north. And then fortify Trotton. You're saying then let him attack me here? The PD is garbage. What is your PD? This is actually better PD because it has crossbows. We could do that if we went here instead. You guys patrol here and then we PD dump it. Get it to 41. That could work. What does that give me? Yeah, that's a decent amount of crossbow, man. This is a lot better PD than the forest. Okay. I think we'll try that. Might want great swords of sharpness for their god. Let's actually look and see. I didn't actually see what he was buffing himself with. Fortress. Let's see what he's looking like. What do you got? Bark skin. Okay, so this is probably as high as he's going to go. Well, maybe not. Hey, this is actually a pretty decent build for an AI. He's only got 16 protection. We're not going to struggle with that portion of it. Well, he's going to go to 21. Giant strength. Let's see what he buffs. Haste, and then he's either attacking or staying behind troops, one of the two. I think we're going to be okay. Oh, thank you very much. Sorry. Thank you, CB. Yeah. Yeah, okay. We'll play that a little sketchy, a little sketchier. Buy some time for us to pop up here. Maybe we can get him to split apart. All right, we're claiming that one. Okay, you have to wait. You built your temple. Go ahead and do some preaching. Okay, you can wait here. Oop, and also, speaking of which, you hit that button too. There we go. Okay, we don't have to win completely, but we do have to have a lot of casualties inflicted. That's the main thing over here. We need lots of inflicted casualties. Okay, and the unrest here isn't too crazy. So this income's going to help a ton. I'm going to grab these troops, and I'm going to come take out the rest of Vanheim. If I had money, I'd recruit some more here. Our research is basically nothing at the moment. We are getting some troops. I might need to just use these guys to go take the stupid island back. I could probably kill sea dogs with this. Hold an attack closest. Hold an attack rear. All right, go take that, please. That's an enormous army. I mean, I'm no slouch myself. I mean, we don't have tons of options, is the thing. Like, what, we could pull back to here. He might come head cap me. We could pull back to there. He splits my entire territory in half. That is really dangerous, though. If he completely kills this army, and this is not my stronger of the two armies, these have taken some attrition, but this is still the stronger army. All right, let's see what fate has in store. That was a 40-round battle that somebody just had. All right, Sea of the Untamed. We like that. We like that a lot. So this is throne battle. Maybe attack rear. Did we just get like super lucky? I think we got pretty lucky there. We bought enough time for the Ichthids to close in. Or excuse me, for the Ichthids to run. God, those shipwreckers are so good. Shipwreckers are just so good. Alright. And then I think they get bought out from underneath me, which is hilarious. Deep caverns. Okay, you're heading there. What do you got? Caveman and light cav. Alright, that's going to be fine. I wish it wasn't caveman, but it's fine. Alright, you're going to try to catch up. Did I PD this? Yes. Yeah, give me a dude here to build a fort. Okay, that's a good sign. I didn't mean to do that. Last step swamp. That's our island. And we just killed their leader. Beautiful. All right, that was a nice one. Sodden Merc. All right. Were we tactical geniuses or were we tactical geniuses? All right, some of his forces are missing here. He doesn't have his Leo Gryphs. Never leave home without your Leo Gryphs. Oh no, they're here. They're here. All right, I don't know what he's doing then. Caveman Painful to chew through? Yeah. We're gonna have a body ethereal. We're gonna have great swords. We're gonna have 2 forms. It'll suck, but we'll get to them. It's just gonna come down to the luck of body ethereal mostly. Alright, we do feel like we have superior firepower here, so that's good. We are not shooting into the bull that we're supposed to be. The bull is now enraged, so you should be at 21. Yeah, 21. Does have regen. Yeah, that is a chunk. 248 HP on a regening chassis with 21 defense. Now, 21's not enough, though. You really need 25 or 26. As you can see, you really need 25 or 26. He didn't even kill that many people, if I'm being honest. We were lucky that he was in the great swords instead of into the sacreds. The sacreds would struggle to hurt. So if we look at these guys, we're only 16 piercing damage. That's gonna struggle pretty hard. They'd be hitting into equivalent of about a 19. Yeah. Get wrecked. Battle in Trotton. Yep, there's where the other guys went. Alright, we're gonna catch that army if we can. Hold fire closest. Alright, you are on patrol. If he goes here, it is what it is. I guess we'll chase him. Hopefully he either goes here or he stays there for a turn. I'm just gonna have to let him keep this for a second. Alright, you. I kind of want to go get this. What was it? Throne of Abundance! Oh boy! Gee willikers! That's a throne. Now it does give sloth +2. However, I think I'm willing to claim that one. All right, this is going to be really awkward. I'm going to go take this first because we're going to end up way over here. So she's going to have to run over there and do that. Pick that up. All right, you guys, if you're going to stay here and research for a few turns, then would you pick up an Alquill? Okay. We have a little bit of money. I think I would rather... No. Yeah, okay. Get that many troops. Get me a citadel started. All right, here. This is gonna be weird. Just attack closest. There's nothing else to do. All right, I'm gonna use this guy, hopefully, to go finish off the Vanheim forces. All right, you back. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Remember when I made the joke about thawing out? All right, well, I guess we're defending here. Sigh. It thawed on me. I could leave the horses. It's fine. It'll freeze here in a second. We're cold too. That's frustrating. That is frustrating. Oh man, that underwater and underground thrones sometimes are just so underdefended. Whatever was supposed to be guarding this must not be amphibious, so they couldn't get down here. I will take it. I will definitely take it. All right, I think we're gonna also try to go in with both groups. Yeah, you guys move back out. Okay, well that changes things a lot. So we were at 3 points, 4, 7, 8, 9, and 10 underground. Yeah. Okay. We can do this. Now that's all said and done, right? But we still have to do the actual getting of these thrones. But this seems very doable. Very, very doable. What did you pick up? Ring of Warning? Yeah, that's fine. All right. Don't fail me now. He's gonna attack this. I wanted that so bad. Stupid Vanheim, stupid Pangea. There was a battle in Holberg. Okay, he did move forward. That's unfortunate. I really did not want to spend my time chasing this guy. All right, that's just PD, so he's obviously going to kill it. I also don't like how much he's getting behind me here, but I'm not going to stop. Move forward to there. Still not thought out. That's ridiculous. All right, there's not enough forces to march out yet anyways. All right, you get into there. All right, claim that throne. All right, we're going to up this PD some more. Hopefully that'll be able to take that out if they do attack this. All right, you've done your bit, buddy. Get out of there. All right, we obviously won. How did it go? We almost have 2 caps. I don't know if we can say that we've got Pangea's cap yet. I think that might be a little premature. Okay, some good crossbow hits on the way in. Oh, they got caught. That's not good for you. Okay, some mind burns going in. You guys have 8 magic resistance, so that's not going to be good for you. I don't like that we have a decent chunk of people who didn't get body etherealed. I wonder if we've lost a mage or 2 at some point. It's more stinking illusionary warriors arrive. Again, crossbows taking out the illusionary warriors has been absolutely key. I kind of regret not having the magic weapons here, if I'm being honest. You don't need them until you need them. And then you really need them. Okay, we obviously end up winning that. What was the losses like? Not bad, actually. Body Ethereal, man. Doing a lot of work. Okay, so you're going to come... claim that. Oh, and look who's down here. My. Fancy seeing you here. That's a tier 2 throne. Okay, hang on a second. What's... oh, she is claiming the throne. Okay, so that puts us at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the win. That's the win right there. How do we do it? This army does it. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay, we got this. This army, I think, does attack into them. What is this? Yeah, that's the exit I want. Do it. Into there. Okay, you're just chilling for a second. Man moved his way. Yep. And even if he didn't, I would just attack him. If that's the winning point, we just attack it and take it. Now, we still need to claim this and get over here. So it's not like we're out of the woods yet. Let's get that item built. Get our amulet of breathing. I don't like that this cult is spreading either, so that's a little bit of a bugger. Also, let's actually P this so we don't have like a Kraken come and take it from me or something stupid. All right, Abby, have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping by. Man, I think we did get a little bit lucky with killing his god when we did, but on the other hand, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Right, Pine Forest. Okay, you literally gonna make me chase you around. That's fine, actually, because you're actually having me go the same direction I want to go. Okay, she claimed that. Put that away. No. No. Don't put that away because we don't have a lab here. All right, where can we get? Yeah, do remember she does not have stealth, so we need to be a little bit careful how we tramps around here. We'll go back to that fort. That's relatively safe. We'll go there. They're probably going to attack here. We'll PD dump that. Okay, we've finally unthawed. We'll head that way. Okay, you... I do want to try to wipe him out before his god arrives or comes back. I don't think we killed his god, so he's probably imprisoned. Okay, you can help preach. Okay, you claim the throne. That's law. Law is 2. Also some order. Just double checking here. Yep. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Yeah. Okay. And I do think... I don't think we go up top. Because if we lose this throne, we don't win. I think I would rather sit here or here, one of the two. Probably here, because this just locks him out. Yeah, I think we just chill there. As weird as that is. And hopefully we can just hold it. This army seems to be doing really well for itself. We have... let me shrink these down a little bit. We have had losses. And those vans are getting really thin. Okay, well this was... I thought this was going well but slow, and then all of a sudden it went fast. Do it. All right, horrifying thoughts has claimed the throne of law. Excellent. You can move up there. We did get attacked in the underground. Okay, just a token force we held. I gotta be really careful here because I don't want him to come. You know, maybe we don't stand there. Maybe we do just stand here. Build yourself a temple. We'll do some preaching. You get started on a palisade. Okay. It looks like he attacked Hall Woods. Or not. Nope, we caught him in Pine Forest right here. Okay, that's totally fine by me. I need to get to that throne, go that way. You. Now that we're free of the island, that was embarrassing. I told you guys that was going to happen. So I can say I told you so. All right, I am going to take everybody. Yeah, I think we're just grabbing all of them. And you guys get the number 2. Yeah, I think we lucked out quite a bit here. Pangea was a good fight for us. Like, they just don't have anything that like specifically really counters what we're doing. They don't have magic weapons. They're not running big two-handers. At least they're not building their minotaurs. I think we lucked out quite a bit on our fight. Vanheim could have been hard, but we got them before they got bad. Oh, he did. Yeah, he is fighting back a little bit. He is fighting back a little bit. All right, give me a leader up here. I don't really care though. He can't take anything that matters. All right, so 1, 2, 3. So actually, you guys don't go that way. Take that cap circle, and then we can meet up here. All right, and this one. Okay, now I need you to trade out that for the amulet. Yeah, let's take the safer route. And you are on retreat. Yep. Okay, you finished building the citadel. Cool. Head that way. Actually, no, just chill here. I like to pretend I can afford troops. Lack of Zweihander centaurs in this game is appalling. I don't know about centaurs. The body structure I don't think is right for a big slashy weapon. I think they're much better with like pole arms or spears or lance. Okay, let's do it. This is either going to be incredibly easy or something's going to go horrifically wrong. One of the two is going to be true. Okay, so we had no losses essentially. You guys go in here. You guys go in there. All right, don't get any ideas, man. I'll also note we never did get any peace treaties with anyone. So this is a full fight. I think what happened was, I don't know if Man and Ulm are directly fighting, but it seems like they screwed each other up for expansion. They got some of Vettenheim's territory. And for whatever reason, oh, I see. Man was never able to cross the river here or go through the tier 3 throne. So he got cut off there. Yeah, he had plenty of room, though. He wasn't really pinched. I guess he couldn't get over this river to the west. That's what happened. He has no river crossings. So Ulm came all the way over here. So Ulm got a bunch of Man's territory. Okay, well, that is what happened. All right, you build Citadel. You grab those dudes. We'll just pile some troops into there in case I need to hold out. Run, God, run. 1 turn, 2 turns. She's going to have to get over here too, though. There's nothing I can do to speed that up. Horrifying. I think I'm going to send you 1, 2, 3, 4. You could sail, maybe. Maybe you could sail that far. I'm going to send you back to the surface. Whoever gets there first gets to claim it. I'll race you. All right, give me a leader. Give me more crossbows. I actually have money, so let's make sure we're on full recruits. Go. Some speed. Yeah, the problem is we're not anywhere that has the labs that I need to equip them. Okay, Trotton's taking. Okay, yeah, we kind of knew that was going to happen. Okay, move in here. Worst case scenario, they go here, here, here. This army goes here. This, yeah, we can reinforce into Hallwoods if we have to. That's fine. All right, here we're merging two different armies. We'll just do that. All right, move you out of the way. Want just the casters, please. Yeah, that's fine. That'll be all right. Okay, that'll be fine. This doesn't look to be particularly hard. All right, she is getting in there to grab that throne. So 1 turn, 2 turns, and then you don't sail, right? Yeah, so 1 turn, 2 turns, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think our prophet will be able to get there faster than 7 turns. You wait inside. Holding fire closest. Yeah, and have fun attacking that fort if that's your plan. We have money. Let's also, if we have some money, start getting some more mages. Probably should have Merc too, now that I think about it. All right, Holberg, yeah, that's exactly what we thought he was going to do. All right, you're getting as many as you can. No, I don't actually need to hold this. Can I get into that? Not in 1 turn. All right, just chill. Ooh. Vanheim with the siege. Okay, horrifying thoughts. Stop. Don't run into that. Okay, awkward. Awkward is the word I would definitely use. What do you have? Oh, I think it's his god. Only 1 unit. Samish the Earth Serpent. Well, son of a gun. All right, well, attack closest. Advance and cast spells. All right. We're going to kill an Earth Serpent. I'm pretty certain we can do that. Don't be awkward. Stay behind. No, let's do a regular. All right, no, you can actually go up there. So I want you to, and you guys all break siege. I knew that stupid god would be showing up sooner or later. God, yeah, grumble, grumble. Okay, you claim the throne. You guys patrol. I don't really need you anymore. What was this? The Throne of War. It was a tier 1. Less troops get 1 attack skill. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, 5 more PD conscription. I can conscript up to 15 now. I am going to PD dump. I probably don't need to go that much because I am going to sit here with these guys, I think. If I have to, we can move here to counter that group. And actually, I would need to move right now if I wanted to do that. I'm pretty sure this group could kill them. I'm pretty sure this group could kill them. I think. This is why I hate unforted thrones. I don't want to leave here because if he starts sieging me here, it'll buy me a lot of time. Maybe we move just the crossbowmen to here. It's mostly crap. Well, and range things. All right, no, we're not going to patrol. You guys wait inside. If I have to, we can stomp up here with that army. Don't make this awkward. I'm so close to victory. Is the Earth Serpent cold-blooded? Yes, I believe so. Cold Blood isn't nearly as crippling as it was before. It's still bad, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. All right, Wailing One, Queen of Desire and Grace, the unforgiving queen has claimed the throne of abundance. Okay, battle in Scron Point. Oh, he did go a different direction. Vanheim. All right, let's see if we killed the snake. I think so. With Berserkers, I'm pretty sure we can kill him. He's doing Body Ethereal. You clever little buzzard. Yeah, look at this. 10 Earth and wow, that was a bad build. 23 protection though. He doesn't have his own bless because he doesn't have any dominion here. If this had a hard skin bless, this actually would have been really probably unkillable. He Body Ethereal. So Body Ethereal with 23 HP. That's going to be hard to do unless he berserks us. I guess we just wait of attacks him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was fine. That was fine. All right. Then. All right. Horrifying. Please, please, please. I cannot sail. Can I sail to here? Actually, hold on. Yes, I can sail to there. I don't like how this arrow does this. If you're using sailing, I feel like it should path over the water because he's going 1, 2, 3. So yes, we are actually using our sailing to win the game, I will note. Sail for the win. All right, that means 1 turn, 2 turns is victory. So I don't need to worry about holding this for multiple turns. So I think we take this group of crossbows on you and we go to here. Yeah, like that. We'll get inside this fort if we can. If we can't, we PD that. And we'll stop at 41 here. I don't think he can get underwater. All right, she's claimed that. So we are at 9 points. All right, just in case something happens, we will start going that way. Oh, I didn't think about that. She can go through the water. This is probably actually 1, 2, 3 to get there. I doubt she can actually make that move, but that's actually better than I thought because I thought she was gonna have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. I'm down. All right, you guys get in here. Pull that closest. Have fun fighting berserking units in the doorway. And we just finished our citadel, so that's cool. Doesn't really help me get more guys, though. You guys just wait inside. You can preach. You can research. Go. Could the army be veiled? If we had it. If we had some veil items, we could do it. North-south map feels so wrong to me. Just imagine that there's only one cold pole, I guess. I don't like giving borders because it is so advantageous in this game. If you get a corner start or even just a map edge start, it is incredibly powerful compared to somebody who has to defend every direction. So it's a balancing thing for sure in this one. You forgot about it. Oh my goodness. Shinosuke. I've only been doing this for 2 years straight. How could you forget? Okay, so what is this catching random people? Who got caught here? An unexpected, is it more sea dogs? No. No, it was not. It was Volcurius the assassin. Oh, the body ethereal though. Oh, get wrecked, nerd. Prepares body ethereal. He missed her. She repelled him with her quarterstaff twice. Cast body ethereal, so he doesn't manage to interrupt her while she's like doing like a whirlwind defense here. She hits him in the arm for 5 points of damage, which breaks his arm. Maximum points hit. She repels the sword. She repels the sword. She hits him with the quarterstaff for 36 damage. Excuse me? So, okay, she's got a 13 damage weapon. So she rolled at least 1 6, takes her to 19. Another 6, another 6, and another 6. Something like that. Holy moly. This is the exploding dice. I love that. Like, you could have a militiaman kill a dragon if he gets lucky enough. Or in our case, we'll have Himla the Vulva kill her assassin. She just absolutely, like, manhandled that dude. That was embarrassing. His ancestors are ashamed of him. Just not like having her. Yeah, dude, when she says she's taking a nap, you shut the up and you just be quiet. You put those headsets on and you just be real quiet. That's amazing. That's almost as good as my favorite. That's really close. That's up there with Clutch Carlos. The favorite one I ever had when I was co-oping with a friend in Dom 5, I had a battle nun, just like a random battle nun join me from an event. And she got attacked by like 3 enemy units, like a leader and like 2 dudes. And she like throat punched all 3 of them barehanded and killed all 3. It was amazing. But that was pretty good. That was pretty dang amazing. What was her name? Hang on. I might need to remember this name. I'm too old for this whack. Heimla. Remember the name Heimla. We need to remember that. Okay, well, that was amazing. And let's claim this. Imagine if he had attacked our prophet and killed our prophet right before we won. Because that could have just literally happened right there. All right, we're up in the defense. Okay, that's a problem. That's actually kind of a big problem. All right, give me... Does anybody have leadership? Yes. All right, all of you go to here. Wow, and you're the only people who can do anything. All of you go to there. All right, and then things that don't matter get turned off. That's going to be a big oof. I probably should march in that direction on the off chance that we need to retake that. All right, you turn off, delete all of your recruits. I want more PD. All right, 80 PD versus 90 units. I don't know about that. But with the crossbows, we'll probably be all right. Fire closest. Hold an attack closest. Hold an attack rear. Fire closest. All right, we are going to body ethereal the crap out of these guys. We'll hide a few of them back. Actually, you know what? We can do it to these too. Vans will definitely enjoy that. All right, I'm surprised they actually won that previous fight, so I probably should look at that and see what happened there. Just in case it's like flying units killed a leader or something. All right, so what happened here? That was in Forest of Pine. All right, what happened in Forest of Pine? Quarterstaff is an underrated weapon in real life and in game. Oh yeah, I mean, there's a reason that travelers would always have a staff. Like a good, like stout oak staff is a completely deadly weapon. And you know, if you've been holding it and walking with it for days or weeks or whatever, like you've got some muscle built up. You've probably been, you know, moving it around and whatnot, so you're pretty comfortable with the weight and the balance. It's got reach on it. You can do like a sliding attack that gives you extra reach so they're not expecting. You can swing it like a club. Like clubbing someone in the head is completely deadly. Like a stick to the head will kill you. You can break an arm also, you know, in a self-defense thing. Ash and Willow. Yeah, I can totally believe that. I mean, you essentially have like a giant shillelagh almost. Okay, yeah, it was just really crappy PD. Okay, I'm gonna chalk that up to really crappy PD. And just chill inside. Okay, if we claim that throne, we win. If he doesn't take this. If he takes this, then we'll need a second more. All right, and God, you can head that way. All right, victory or death. Well, holy moly, I was not expecting this, and there's the victory. I was not expecting that. I thought we were going to have to go through the entire Pangean War. I'm going to chalk that up to incredibly under-defended Tier 3 throne, where it had some Ichthids and like 2 water mages on it. That is, thank you, Shinosuke. Very useful, actually. Yeah. And I guess they went for the siege. They did not go for the throne. A player definitely would have attacked this. That was definitely, they knew I would win. A player would have definitely attacked that. One of these two also would have taken that. Good game, though. Good game. We didn't have a ton of mobility, but we made good use of our movement. We didn't have too much backtracking. And when we did, it was kind of useful backtracking, if that makes any sense. We were definitely kind of in trouble, though, with Pangea. I mean, he's taken my entire north. So, yeah, if that wasn't victory, that would have been a long war. That would have been a really long war. So I'm going to give major credit to Body Ethereal, major credit to Shipwreckers. Shipwreckers was really key. Being able to take this, we really lucked out. Because I couldn't have gotten an army down there. We would have had to do Ichthids from here, which I was setting up to do, obviously. I mean, you know, there's 2 groups of them, basically. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. We didn't get to do the main thing I was going to do, which was Wailing Winds, partly because we just had to keep pulling all of our mages out. So we kind of slowed up there. But, you know, if this game hadn't ended, we would have got to 5. Glamour boosters, temp gems, flying boots, and then we would have used that, and maybe even some boosted guys making some nature research items. We could have got to Evo 7 pretty quick. We definitely could have. And the Evo 7 Wailing Winds would have been really hard for Pangea to deal with. That's kind of an I win against the AI in a lot of cases, if they can be routed. So, yeah, I'm thinking that went pretty well. Especially, I was kind of nervous about this one. I really almost chickened out and made a expander god just to make sure we had a good start. Even though we didn't get the last bit of our cap circle, we did have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6. That was a really good cap circle. I mean, we played some 3 and 4 connection ones recently, so that also makes a big difference. I mean, we were getting some pretty chunky, I mean, look at this. Look at this. We were getting some pretty chunky recruits here. We were actually running out of recruitment points before we ran out of resources even. And if we went with the resource hogs, yeah. So we would do something, if I was really min-maxing this, we would try to find like that maximum recruitment point. Oh, for a second, I thought you said Pangea's swimming. I was like, no, they're not. Swarming. Gotcha. Maybe it was good to probably push a second stream out of this. See what Pangea does. You can't. In this game, when you get the victory stream, you're done. You can't keep playing. I do wish that was the case. I've had a few times where I've gone back to old streams to look at something, and I've really needed to, like, in turn to look at something that I wanted to check, and I can't do it. So, like, if I wanted to go and check, like, Formoria, I'd have to go play Formoria to get through it. That's kind of why I save all those test games now, so I have something if I want to go check something. Yeah, when you get the victory screen, you have truly won. You get this whole little blurb. It's kind of a cool little story if you haven't read it. I've read it a few times. Speaking of which, I think in Formoria is one that I did read that, if anyone's interested. Okay, well, I'm going to take my victory lap. Maybe a little good karma for me. I don't know what my stream schedule is going to be. I need to do some Arc Nights at some point this weekend. I also have some other projects I want to start. I was kind of in a holding pattern for a while because I didn't want to start anything new while we were having the connection problems. But I am willing to say that my connection problems have been solved. We have another stream with 0 frame drops, so I think we're good to go. But I also have some stuff going on. I've mentioned recently that my dad's been having some health issues, so I'm having to kind of do some stuff with that. So I don't know what my schedule looks like. I may stream I may stream tomorrow, I may stream Sunday, I may stream Monday, or I may not stream at all for those days. So watch Discord, watch this space. I always do an @ everyone if I'm going to go live. I try to do it 15 minutes in advance. At worst case scenario, I should be back on Wednesday. I don't think it's going to take me that long, but just in case if things go poorly or whatnot, then just letting you guys know. Other than that, I know right now I'm out of Monster Breeder. Tomorrow is the Dominions Day. Assuming I don't lose my voice, I'll also record some Monster Breeder, and that'll be back up on members first. So more episodes coming there. And like I mentioned, I've got a whole bunch of other things. Like very, very, very soon, we have Riftbreaker. We have X4. That's a little bit maybe more of a maybe. I want to do a Shingoku Dynasty playthrough. We've also got Final Fantasy Tactics coming out. That one I may save for Christmas break. I haven't decided yet because that's going to take a while and I really want to enjoy that. That's one of my bucket list games. So I want to make sure we have a good time to play that and get through there. And I'm sure we have a couple other releases because I was feeling kind of overwhelmed when I was looking at my schedule. So more to come is all I can say there. Let me just finish up with chat here. I play with Thrones, but something like 25 out of 25. Ooh, that's brutal. I do. For anyone who's new, I do tailor this to be somewhere in the neighborhood. It used to take me like 5 to 8 hours, but maybe I've just gotten a little faster at playing. And now it's been taking me about 4.5 recently, I would say. It's been a little shorter, but that's good for me because then I can go to sleep. So that'll be good. Pirik with 5 New Zealand. Quick win for Babel. Yeah, thank you, Pirik. Thank you very much. Thanks for the support. For you and everyone else, welcome to the new members. Welcome to the renewed members. Thank you everyone for the super chats. Very appreciated. Okay, I'm gonna go clean up and hit the hay, and I will see you guys sometime this weekend or whenever I have the next stream up. So sorry for being a little wishy-washy on that schedule. So we should be back to regularly scheduled things next week. All right, take care. Hope you had a good Friday. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Don't forget you can always support the channel via super thanks on VODs. Join me live for super chats. Become a member. Check out the Patreon. Hopefully tonight earned your subscription if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Babel out.